My people, this is famous. Listen, tune in to Epic Radio every day, all night, all morning. Epic Radio is the best. Famous say so.
Right, for me cool and wetty weather this morning. Good morning and welcome to the Thursday and fourth edition of the Epic Morning Show for this week. Today happen for be Thursday, the 30th day of the month of July 2026. So we just get one more day for wrap up this month. And so we go left for bringing to you yet another exciting edition of the program this morning. This morning we return attention to a major regional security investment we don't generate significant public discussion. The construction of the Ecowas logistic depot within a salon. Reportedly, this depot valued around $3 million. Now, plenty of people don't describe this depot as a strategic asset we go strengthen regional peacekeeping and also improve disaster response and enhance Salon role within the Ecowas. Now, others them get stories question about the cost, the purpose, the ownership, the maintenance, and the direct benefits we go bring to the ordinary Sierra Leonean. And so, remember, say this is going to be our conversation this morning. We look at again the over 3 million worth of Ecowas depot whose benefits it go bring to Salon. Remember, say you can be part of the conversation. The number you go do so now 079 994 993 or follow me on with social media platforms on the website on www.myepiconline.com, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, on Epic Radio, live on Radio Zimi on 107.5 for the one every day in Pujeon District, and also live on Choice FM now for the one every day in the eastern part of the country's capital, Freetown. Mina host this morning, Reginald Brian Jukutu Soya, and we now go for a morning message of motivation when I rise. Stay tuned. So this morning I really want to talk about envy. So not envy anybody, because anything you see, every success is way you don't see, there is a story. Every victory there is a sacrifice. Every achievement they come with a price that many people have not ever witnessed. And they say this line again: no envy anybody, because anything where you see, every success gets a story, every victory gets a sacrifice, and every achievement they come with a price. where many times people are not a witness. Now, behind the smile, the sleepless nights, the applause, a year of hard work, discipline, rejection, and perseverance. Instead of comparing your journey with somebody else, stay focused on your own path, because success season will come. Keep working, keep praying, keep learning, and keep believing, because the reward we they seek builds on one step at a time. Remember, what you admire today is often the result of the sacrifice or the sacrifices where the person don't make yesterday. Trust the process, embrace your journey, and never give up, because your time they surely come. So don't envy anyone, for whatever you see, a price was paid. And also, again, I tell you this: whatever we admire today, there is a result of the sacrifice what the person do yesterday. Trust the process, embrace your journey, and never give up. Your time is coming. The win is coming. This is the message this morning. Stay tuned to the Epic Morning Show.
Gold, no. For Zion is the only place, no sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible when they reach inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people the way they enter the church.
Your game has no limits. In 1X Game section, you'll find hits, Crash, Burning Hot, Crystal, Western
Epic
Slot.
Radio.
Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app. Visit the 1xbet.sl and use a SL126 promo code to get a 200% bonus up to 2,800 Sierra Leonean Leones. 1X Games, a world of games, wherever you are.
This big pass veranda can also say in Lebanon all. We dey pick am, but the big people they pick am. That not mean say you not be part of am. This na Ayejo, all man can enjoy. So Epic Radio, they can reach the return of Epic Odis. This will happen na St. Anthony Parish Hall, where they na 6 seats. The date na October 17. Ticket price na 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock na net. That time then now, we go begin pick the music them. I say, can't see the mommy them and the pa them. Where the pa them say, then go there inside them bell button, embraces. The mommy them say, but yeah, we know they talk nothing. You say, go Kotoku, or Kabasnot. Now don't they keep all thing. You go meet with old party them and meet with new one them. But for the music they hold, then go begin play the one from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, to the 2000 and the millennium now. No snap the small one them. Now they get some but say, no check past the mommy and the power because now they own music down there. What they say be rock and roll. I say long life, you defend them for yourself. The map of what MIC. Now the comedian the Igwe inside this country. When I Desmond Beya and Igwe condos. So Fambu, what now that town again? One and no say oh this corner working come every Saturday. So we all can enjoy them not so. Bobo, they end up go for show we on style here because the live band they go for the number now for the bread music next September rain. Epic Radio Monday now. Go ready for the pick the kind music game. We go reach to na young part. Una no can join you here, but una can more because now Ayejo all man depend this one. So Epic Radio they can reach the return of Epic Odis Corner. We go happen October 17. Na St. Anthony Parish Hall for just 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock. Oh, let we go there and go enjoy because we the old one there and the new one there. We go meet up the old school because show who shall we under reach.
All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show. So remember with BNB Cash App, you can send and receive money any side and any time. Download the BNB Cash App today on Google Play Store for Android users or App Stores for iPhone users. Now, for more inquiries, call them on this customer service line when at 072-500-000. The number again at 072-500-000. With BNB Cash App, you get the pleasure for send and receive money any side and anytime. Joining Mohamed Toby Kagbo now for the breaking news segment. Good morning, Mohamed Toby. It's a pleasure for getting you.
Good morning, Reginald, and good morning to Fambo. So this morning we get some interesting breaking news. The first story we will start with now. Board already for host the National Council of Paramount Chief Conference. This now a preparation for the 2026 National Council of Paramount Chief Conference, where is scheduled for take place inside Bo on the 30th of July and on the 1st of August 2026. And the keynote speaker as well for this wonderful occasion will be the first gentleman of the state, His Excellency President General Smadabio, who creates this ceremony. And this is not the first time we don't see paramount chiefs them they come together for pave the way forward in terms of strengthening the chieftaincy and national security and governance.
Exactly. I think it was just yesterday, in fact, I talked to somebody. They tell me, say, in fact, he's heading to Bo for this all-important meeting with the paramount chiefs, and we all know the role of the paramount chiefs they not go be overemphasized. We know say they are very much paramount. I mean, they're not the traditional heads, they don't provide leadership at that particular cadre, and we hope that they will get a successful deliberation as they go get the meeting in Bo.
And again, away from that, so according to statistics alone, they don't say housing cost and transportation price don't emerge as the biggest forces behind Salone and raising cost of living inside the month of June. According to the annual inflation, we moved from 14.77%, from 12.69%, don't move now to 14.77% just after May and can to June. Many people definitely go on for strongly support statistics alone. This then work don't pull out for say rent and transport don't be the biggest force behind the high cost of living now the country. Reginald, will you support statistics alone in this then June inflation where don't pull out that transportation and house rent don't be the strong cost of living currently in the country?
I think everybody will, or majority of the people there will agree. And now the cost for house rent, for example, now luxury now, you see just a single room, they will tell you what's over 10,000 millions and all. And also transportation now, Mohamed Toby, it's something that we can relate to each and every other day. So I think many people will agree with the research way statistics alone do. And of course, now they get the sole mandate for make some of their assessments, and because now their responsibility for get verified data and see how they can bring them data, then they will go be useful for the development of the country.
And finally now, so FIFA don't unveil a proposal for 20 billion subsidy for overseas the FIFA World Cup and other tournaments for offer majority stake to private investor. If this move anticipates FIFA will for generate 4.2 billion. But according to UEFA, there is a very big fight between FIFA and UEFA, as UEFA believe that there should be no private investor who gets the highest stake in any competition in the world. So the fight has just begun.
Exactly, and there comes in fair play. If a private investor comes in, I see there's a whooping price for member association and $40 million for all the 213 members of FIFA. Wow. I look at the Africa country that say they might be tempted to accept that money because they don't have it and all. I see somebody they make fun, so we say Salone and all of that $40 million, maybe then they can get tonight 20,000 seats at stadium. But let's see, there's a fight between Seferin and Infantino, and we'll see how it goes.
So for all this morning, Reginald, this will bring to you inside our breaking news.
An absolute delight and pleasure to Mohamed Toby Kagbo for that wonderful breaking news highlights. Up next, we'll give solid intro on the topic of discussion this morning. Stay tuned.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk up on the street of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible when they reach inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can look them, they begin to gossip my people. Yes, they talk about the food we eat. Oh, they talk about the shoes we wear, and they talk about the clothes we wear. Some of them gossip that pastors what a dirty thing. They talk about their members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind?
Now, with the Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, we establish a Depo, where part of the regional peace and security architecture. Now, this facility designed for store humanitarian and peace support equipment will be deployed rapidly during emergency ways such as armed conflict, natural disaster, health crisis, and humanitarian intervention across the Ecowas region. Sierra Leone then been selected for host the depot because of we strategic location we get and the history for where we also get for contribute towards regional peacekeeping effort, and also we commitment to regional cooperation. Now this depot expected for serve not only Salone but also serve the wider West Africa sub-region. Now whenever ECOWAS activates emergency or peace operation, but I'll give you some key facts we get for deal with this depot. Now this depot also they talk about the project valued with more than $3 million. Remember, the money come in two phases. The phase one is almost $1.77 million, and the phase two is over $2.03 million. Now, in this particular facility, ECOWAS regional facility, where they be hosted in Salonia, so, and it intend for improve the speed of emergency response across West Africa. The equipment then will be stored at the depot, where include vehicle, communication equipment, engineering material, medical supply, tent, generator, and other logistics for peace support operation. Now, this depot, they also strengthen ECOWAS standby capability for response to regional crisis. Salone, they join a small number of countries there where they host a key ECOWAS security infrastructure. The project will also create employment opportunity through maintenance, logistics, security, and administration. And it will also improve the capacity of Sierra Leone security institution through training and cooperation with ECOWAS. But many questions we go look at this morning. Now, what are the benefits where this depot, where Salone go host, they bring come to we as a country? That is really one of the things. So we look at the over 3 million worth of ECOWAS depot, whose benefits it will bring to Salone or Sierra Leoneans them. And that's what we discussed this morning. And for make we get this conversation, we be reach on to the ministry, and we expect to get Augustine Bami Anthony from the Ministry of Communication, Information and Civic Education, Strategic Communication Monitoring and Media Advisor, in position. And also, hopefully on the line, we will talk to Abdul Kamara Will, when the Director of Strategic Communication and spokesperson for the Office of the National Security. We will hopefully get some on virtual, and then we will talk to Melvin Tijan Mansai on the studios here. We also go join we in this conversation. So after this break, we go get the set of guests there. So for make we look at the over 3 million watts of ECOWAS depot. What benefits does it bring to Sierra Leone? Stay tuned as we go unpack this particular topic in the next couple of minutes or hours where we get before we I'll be back shortly with the guest and we will start the conversation. Stay tuned.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk up on the streets of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot.
All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show. Introducing now Melvin Tijan Mansai, a journalist and also a social commentator. Good morning, Melvin T. Mansai. It's a pleasure for getting at the program.
It's always good to be on Epic from Bologna, Kushe and Cabo.
I know this week has been very, very much hectic for you.
Absolutely. It was a sleepless night the day before, and definitely helter-skelter around different media outlets. You get for read, you get for write, and you get for come do some talk shows. But it's the nature of the job. It's the beauty of.
So we go again. Eh?
Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go again.
Exactly. They basically look at the over 3 million worth of Ecowas Depo, and we look at those benefits it bring to the people of the country. Like I say, we expect Augustine Bami Anthony for joining me in the program from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, and also hopefully we'll try to get Abdul Will as well. We're the spokesperson and strategic media and communication officer for the Office of the National Security. But that can to Melvin quickly. How the public do react to the establishment of this ECOWAS depot where they in the country at the moment?
Well, by and large, I've been trying to gauge public opinion, particularly on social media, in terms of reaction. I think it has been moderately favorable looking at, well, either people do not get too much of the details in terms of the historic background or the circumstantial situation surrounding it. Unlike the complex, we get many reservations, consternations, and all that.
A lot of hype as well.
Yeah, maybe perhaps I would say the attention on the depot is not as huge as that of the multi-complex. However, I think my introductory statement could be the cost is over $3 million.
Yeah.
And according to Africa24tv.com, they are estimating the cost in the tune of $32 million.
Wow.
Yes. Fambolona can check them up. The AfricaTV.com, they estimate the cost at $32 million United States dollars. And it was a 3-phase project. And the commissioning brings numerous benefits. We can talk about some. One, it caught attention, huge attention to Sierra Leone. It will create jobs, it will create training, it will bring equipment, and definitely it will bring citizens from the region. Those are some of the immediate benefits. But in terms of risk, Fambulem, there is high risk because this is not just a warehouse or a store. This is a deployment. This is like where you go say a base for deployment when it comes to the stabilization force or the standby force or whatever force we have for intervene to situations of chaos or crisis or be they humanitarian, be they human or whatever. So, we see what's in the happening at the Middle East, where US and Israel, they bomb Iran. Iran in response, what they do, they bomb US, then base them, now then Qatar, now then Saudi and other side. So this is going to be a logistic and a supply hub. We get land, air, and sea capabilities. So if the concern of Ecowas is to make sure that peace be maintained in the sub-region, of course, that depot is going to be of high risk security threats because whosoever forces get for the mobilize at that depot, they for go attack, then self go on for strike back at that depot. That is one in terms of risk, but also it's also concerning that maintaining such a strategic facility will involve a lot of resources. For example, you're talking about maintaining electricity. We all know say Lunge, the light business, na boy picking, and definitely you have to talk about providing electricity in terms of fueling and generator. So by and large, I think it's a good thing, but with some concerns where we know for ignore. We'll outline more of the benefits and all that. But the question begs, is that what Sierra Leone needs at the moment? And I think for me, as a thinker, that has been my contemplation.
Yeah, so it's now your contemplation at the moment. Maybe
I mean, looking at Sierra Leone grappling with energy, I think boosting the capacity of the CLSG could have sufficed. Looking at Sierra Leone in need of infrastructure, there is an Abidjan-Lagos highway being constructed by Ecowas. So I was expecting something like Guinea, Liberia, Freetown Highway. That will have sufficed. That is not to say this is not important, but of course you get other ECOWAS project them on expanding broadband communication and connectivity. Yes, Sierra Leone is a partner to that, but I think expediting it could have sufficed because if you look at the history, now we request to forget this.
So not to like them. Now we say one time.
If you go to the community back then, now we request. Now in Pakaba. Sometime in 2000.
Yeah, 2000 to 2002 or so. Yes.
So it was a request from us.
For maybe the
and the context there is, your question is very important. The context there is, then in Sierra Leone, we just come up on the war. We talk about ECOMOG. We talk about instability. So it was needed by then. It was actually needed by then.
So by then it was relevant.
It was relevant. But looking at Sierra Leone now being ranked among peaceful nations, looking at the democratic trends and all that, I think, yes, although back then, if you go to the history, I think, yes, it was justifiable. But because of the time don't change, I think there should have been a review when it comes to why now. Because it's a long-delayed project. It's a long-delayed project. ECOWAS in one or two occasions don't delay them because of the availability of funds. But as I say, it's up for debate. And I just want to lay the basis, let people and governments can talk, then maybe I can take a position. But for now, for the fact that it's an infrastructure in our country, for the fact that it gets so many goodies we go offer, I think let's look at that for now as the basis. But now we being requests for her. And yes, the document they will, maybe I'll go for refer to Ramas with the ground.
You think we get any misconception surrounding the purpose of the facility? A lot of people then get this fear in them that, this is how they can accept. So there is, you think that from one or two public opinion that we don't, signal on this particular depot, ECOWAS depot way. We get now in the country, is there any misconception? With not the fear of the people at the moment, or the concern where there is?
Well, I'm sure the concern most people on the express now the couple, and if you look at 32 million United States dollars as reported by West African media, that is huge. Salomon will say, well, and you look at the number of land. One of the concern also now the land grabbing. And the amount of land being given for this project. It's a huge hectare of land. Somebody go say, well, why we not use that land there and that couple day for say provide food for West Africa instead rather than building? Because when you talk about peace and security as at now, Sierra Leone, that cannot be a sufficient argument. So that can be one also. The locals then they land where they use for the users for agriculture now is being used for that. That has always been there, and of course the financial administration of the project itself. It's a burden by the host nation in terms of land management, as I don't say, infrastructural upkeep, and also cooperation.
So we money get for the good in Melvin.
We like it or not, we money get for the good either as community levy, they pay to Ecowas, or as maintenance cost for some of the facilities there.
Now we get for the maintain some of them.
Some of them absolutely now we get for maintain there. Some of them absolutely. So I make how they say I want to wait the government people in Kenya and I want to let all the cats out of the bag. But I think the major concern for every Sierra Leonean is a security target risk, because if it's a military facility, definitely you get to get armory day. You have to get military hardware then day and other regional assets.
Communication gadgets.
All that they get for the day. Yeah. And looking at the rise of violent extremism in West Africa and the Sahel, it's just natural targets that then people are so no go please. And not just for West Africa. Remember at some time ISIS and Boko Haram and those terrorist organizations, they don't put Sierra Leone on the threat list. And now to have a regional force, and mind you, on the compact for the future of Ecowas, now Ecowas forgets what is called a standby force, where in any side they shake, then they go up. Not to forgo begin keep peace at all. You shake the WAP, and that mobilization they majorly get for the come out from this depot in terms of arms, logistics, in terms of even the personnel. One thing I know will get clear where we wait for Mr. Will is whether that depot they go serve as a base in terms of hosting when it's time for the deployment of some of those forces. Now I think I can host them first and get them the training, because I know there is one in Abuja, there is one in Nigeria, but where to get for serve. So in terms of security target, it's going to be a security target, and we like it or not, we should be concerned about that. But the benefits, like I say, then they in terms of deployment of peace, Sierra Leone self will be seen as one country where they help for foster peace in the region in terms of humanitarian support and crisis intervention. It will serve there. It will also create jobs, like I say, I mean, in terms of, logistics and supply in a specialized area.
Yeah.
And most of the jobs there. I'm not saying Salomon never get all the job because the ECOWAS, it's a competition for the jobs. And I will tell you, the Ogas wants all of the jobs. I remember at the time when your Oga been there as ECOWAS speaker, they tell you just give one Salon person job, and we see the reaction. In fact, people in Nigeria have been trying for target time, but thankfully, some of us are born writers. We're able to write and debunk and rebuff some of the allegations. So let we not fool Salon people. Not to because they didn't say Salomon and no longer for the work day. In fact, the commander right now there is not a Sierra Leonean. Again, another challenge where they envisage in terms of a situation arising, the central chain of command, they will not be taking command from the Sierra Leone military, though they will be collaborating. So if there is a situation,
what's the base command for the command from Nigeria?
From the ECOWAS, from the ECOWAS Council of Military Chiefs.
Okay.
Not the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. So in terms of security, assuming that there is a security situation and there is a decision and a resolution by ECOWAS, they will not be taking instruction from the CDS of Sierra Leone or the Commander-in-Chief of Sierra Leone, not at all.
Wow.
They are an independent force, or whatever team they're going to do, and they're independent. But when they come back to the issue of job, for let people in our Lungan office, this will don't get and so I will pick them for work day. Not so airport, so ECOWAS job is highly competitive.
So it's extremely different from even the Congress Center.
Absolutely. The Congress Center, if you look at the arrangements, Sierra Leone get some stake. We are the sovereign guarantors. You be there with me and the minister argue back and forth about that. The company go to us, but Salon government go be shorty. So in case the company not pull the money, the government. That's why you go build post in a police. The police is gonna be now you they can own the shorty. So that's the kind of arrangement. Yes. So we get direct control. Government go and put them party picking and day or whatsoever. It's but when it comes to the depot, it's strictly from ECOWAS Commission, the Joint Chiefs, the Authority of Heads of State. So it's like a sovereign facility in Sierra Leone. So it depends on what happens, particularly when it comes to defense matters. They are not going to be taking instructions from the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces at all. So that's an interesting thing again for look at. But again, I will dwell on the merits, again for build local capacities, people that we get for fortunate for work day, get for be specialized in many areas. And like I say, for me, it's one of the legacies of President Bio. This now from Pakaba to an Eskoroma. Well, these days, I don't want to call an Eskoroma name. People say me no like. I don't know why I make them believe that. I don't want to call her from Pakaba to.
Why you don't call an Eskoroma?
Because people are just misunderstand me and the position where I hold on some of the way I behave himself. So I don't want for even mentioning him again. Family,
okay.
no at all.
So from Pakaba
to the other presidents to President Bio, you know. So it has been a long one. So we should give President Bio the kudos because under administration, this should have been a 3-year project from the term of endorsements of the project. But it delayed, say, and thankfully under our own leadership, again, the Okadamaka with me. Is it why you can concern for criticize one former president, but you need to criticize President Bio? I say, well, you need to listen me well. When President Bio do good, I will talk her. If you do bad, I will talk her. So I think we should give him, because he don't elevate the prestige of Sierra Leone with this kind of completion. Although, yes, not to saloon money per se, na ECOWAS money, but for the fact that it's lodged in Sierra Leone was able, mind you, the contractor not even a Sierra Leone company. Sojefel is a Guinean company.
Wow.
The Guinean company able for done the project. Again, I get reservation. Let somebody from government care because while I watch the project document, there are specific things that facility way for day. I don't know if it did, but we can let government person come first, then we go reach inside. And so it makes Sierra Leone then at the ECOWAS map for all the good reasons. And I think the last point there will be it makes Sierra Leone an attention point. ECOWAS not going to see any nonsense happen at Sierra Leone because they get huge $32 million facility, not a small thing. So not going to let anything happen in Sierra Leone. And for Lunge Safe, I think that's an opportunity also for the people and they for expose. I hope no more some of the deployments they get for the make and all can give sister them Bele and they left the Pekin like how be sweet here come Duna Liberia and then Duna Salone and other places. But by and large, it gets good things them and it gets some demerits too.
All right, we still expect now the studio Bami Anthony. From the Ministry of Information and Civic Education for joining me, and also with the try for establish a virtual conversation with Will. We currently the Nabo for the chieftaincy meetings. We then get Nabo. We expect to get some virtual in the program, but for now, we still continue with Mervyn from a governance perspective. Waiting citizen for expect regarding transparency and accountability, Melvin.
I think so. For do we own part as a nation for make sure that we provide all the necessary environment and ambience for let the facility be maintained, but we not get direct control over the facility. I keep on insisting.
They make Danny clear as well. Yeah?
Yes, we not get direct control. It's an ECOWAS facility. The direction get for the command from the ECOWAS Commission, the authority of defense chiefs, and ultimately the authority of heads of states. Don't know can feel say now we own just now. Family not so we own. Now we go no more a day. It's like where you get American embassy in Sierra Leone. It's not Sierra Leone, but it's not owned by Sierra Leone. It's an independent or what you call a sovereign entity. There is this international protocol on some of these kind of entities we're owned by international. That's like we get United Nations in America. Not to America gets that. Or like we get EU na Brussels. Not to Brussels.
Or World Bank.
Or World Bank. Or they are just there. So if anything go right or wrong in terms of administration or transparency and accountability, the direct responsibility lies on ECOWAS, not Sierra Leone. We own duty now for make sure that people are not go thief something, now for make sure that lights they now for make sure that people are not get in that access. We for provide just the national duty like we will provide to any other embassy or to any other institution at Sierra Leone, but we don't have direct control and command over this depot at all, and I think that should be established. But if anybody in our government can challenge, the floor is open.
We still, like I said, they expect them to make attempts again for reach on to Will. We now from the Office of the National Security, we still try for get them on the program via virtual for make it area as well from the border security perspective. Waiting alone stand for benefits from this depot and all, and witness some of the security benefits them we will bring come to we as a country as well. We're still trying to make that contact known, whilst we also reach onto the ministry, and we've been getting confirmation that Bami Anthony go join we in the program for make we get this discussion this morning, but we've not seen him as at this
I think
moment.
he will come. You know, Bami is my friend. He will come. We'll have a friendly conversation.
We've not seen him yet at the moment, but we still continue with the program. Maybe you talk about just now the merit and the merit of the project and all. You think the merits way more outweigh the merits in this particular depot?
No, to be fair, I think the merits. Well, nobody knows we shot bad, so I would say the merits outweighs the demerits based on our CM from a peacetime Sierra Leone. Yes, we have a lot to benefit because also the one where they can work, the money that they pay there, they have to spend some of the money now, and not to really pay there. So some of them money then they bring what we call capital investments to Sierra Leone too. And of course, the cultural interaction also, you will expose Sierra Leoneans that we get for their around day. So it puts Lunge also on the pedestal of becoming a new city. You know, just the only thing that government get for improve some of the facilities. So I want to say, it's my reading that the advantages them so far.
Occupies the disadvantages.
Yes, except otherwise when some way push go come to shove, and when they hope for that, we consider and we get worried and say, okay, well, now going to Salon, let we go mobilize troops, get logistics, and take then that's in this it becomes the threats more become serious than the advantages. But for now, there is no situation like that. But let's not forget, there is an Ecowas standby force in the Gambia and Guinea-Bissau. So most of the supply we expect to get for the Comoya because of the strategic nature of Lunge. According to, this place that we want outside. We say this first airport to be there with on relic. Hastings.
Okay, Hastings.
But ECOWAS been get for say no, Hastings is not ideal, and that's we get for me. So, yeah, it gets a lot of benefits. For me, as a nationalist, I go look at, but that not go make also I hesitate for talk say there are no risk attached to it.
Melvin, before we look at the why regional security cooperation important today, what now you fear in this? Do you have any fear? If yes, what now you fear there?
I think my fear and my fear will be tied to one of the advantages. Now the kind of nonsense we Guinea they make so for they go and invade like Putin now Doumbouya is the Putin of West Africa. So if we get that depot they up and running operationalizing, ECOWAS not go sit down, Guinea to continue for invade Sierra Leone. And it make it easy if ECOWAS want forget a stabilization force around, let's say, Yenga, or having a demilitarized zone around Yenga, outside and go deploy some of them troops. It make it easy because Lunge to the Cambia exists. It's not that long distance. So it make it easy for them can mobilize and get some troops then and also for maintain them troops then if they get forget any troops they for maintain whatever invasion or incursion we Guinea they think about for not only Sierra Leone but Liberia. So it's strategic when it comes to regional security. Mind you, sub-regional security is being threatened by Guinea. If you look at the communique, we call for the full withdrawal
of the troop.
They use the word fully withdraw. That means they are still there. I mean, that was the topic last Sunday na Abu So if ECOWAS want Tawapa Guinea say una for Komoya Paupa and ECOWAS will use military consideration, it puts you on the advantage, but also it puts you on the disadvantage because if Guinea get for the bombardé, outside and go on for bombard force, now the depot because they know that is the base. So it has got advantages and disadvantages based on what situation might arise. But for me, I want to look at from a nationalistic lens that it will serve we more good in peacetime rather than in a situation of chaos and war.
We'll go for a short break. After the break, we continue with the conversation while we still here with we other guests them for joining we on the program. Stay tuned.
1xBet. Your game has no limits. In 1x game section, you'll find hits, crash, burning hot, crystal, western slot. Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app. Visit the 1xbet.sl and use a SL126 promo code to get a 200% bonus up to 2,800 Sierra Leonean Leones. 1x Games, a world of games, wherever you are.
This big pass veranda can also say in Lebanon all with the big arm, but the big people they pick arm, that not mean say you not be part of them all. This na Ayejo, all man can enjoy. So Epic Radio, they can reach the return of Epic Oldies. Good morning, good afternoon. This go happen na St. Anthony Parish Hall, where they na 6 seats. The date na October 17. Ticket price na 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock na net. That time then now, we go begin pick the music them. I say, can't see the mommy them and the pa them. Where the pa them say, then go there inside them bell button and braces. The mommy them say, but yeah, we know they talk nothing. You say, go for go kotoku, or kabasnot. Now don't they keep all things. You go meet with old party them and meet with new one them. But for the music they own, then go begin play the one from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, to the 2000 and the millennium now. No, it's not the small one them. Now they get some, but say, no check past the mommy and the power because now the own music down there. What they say be rock and roll. I say long life, you defend them for yourself. The map of what MIC. Now the comedian the Igwe inside this country. When a Desmond Beya and Igwe condos. So Fambu, what now that town again? One and no say, oh, this corner working come every Saturday. So we all can enjoy. I'm not so. Bobo, they ain't no go for show your style here because the live band, they go for the number now for the bread music next September rain. Epic Radio Monday now. Go ready for the pick the kind music game. We go reach. Don't know your part. Una no can join you here, but I can more because now Ayejo, all man, depend this one. So Epic Radio, they can reach the return of Epic Oldies Corner. We go happen October 17. Na St. Anthony Parish Hall for just 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock. Oh, let me go there and go enjoy because we the old one there and the new one there. We go meet up the old school, we go show who say we on the reach.
Welcome back to the Epic Morning Show. Continue for send you message or you comment on Facebook. We go read them as they proceed with the conversation as we get Melvin T. Mansari with me in the program. We will basically give a kind look at the some of the benefits where this particular depot go bring come to the country as a whole and to Sierra Leoneans. And by the way, but Melvin, let's come into context now of this particular depot. And what do you think say the public really need for now? You don't make clarification on that. Even though they not so we get not so we get for the control not so we military I mean leadership not get for the give directive to the depot and get for the get the directive from the Ecowas Commission and all. So wait now that the other relevant information that we feel say Sierra Leone and
if you want to know, if you want to get a thorough grasp on the whole idea, for the person not fully or person can lie by you or maybe then say the face may even just cancel down for talk. You need to read the document, the 19th meeting of the Administration and Finance Committee will be happening at Dakar from the 9th to the 11th of May 2016. And the subject now memorandum on the status of establishment of the Ecowas Logistic Depot in Lunge, Sierra Leone. The background reads, point 1, due to the logistics challenges faced by Ecowas operations, brackets ECOMOG, in the 90s, the first meeting of Ecowas Defense and Security Commission, DSC, meeting in Accra, Ghana in 2000, recommend to the Mediation and Security Council, MSC, the establishment of a permanent base for ECOWAS peace support operations, PSO missions. So you clearly see the idea was to help the ECOMOG in the 90s because they were challenged in terms of having a logistical depot. So that's why they are called the Mediation and Security Council, the MSC, and that of the Defense and Security Commission, DSC. These are the two chain of command bodies, DSC and the MSC. Fambolem, let me understand that. Not the RSLAF, not the government of Sierra Leone. All right? So in terms of the autonomy, that is the first point where I will try for make, but now they use text for corroborate. Then 2, the ministerial meeting of the MSC in Abuja, Nigeria on 4th October 2000 directed the chairman of the MSC and the ECOWAS Commission to undertake consultations with member states with a view to establish 2 logistic bases, one in a coastal state take note, and the other in a landlocked country. Sierra Leone is a coastal state.
Yeah.
So that me put we in a very advantageous position. So now 2 depots then forget. One na coastal, one na landlocked. Fortunately, we meet the criteria on the coastal state provision because we sit on the base or the basin the basin of the Atlantic Ocean. So we are coastal. Boats they will carry. If you are use gunboats now, if you are use you gunboats now for go outside other side, they can carry and near the depot. That was one of the requirements. Point 3 say in 2004, this is what we should know, and that the not just can put an eye. In 2004,
22 years ago,
the government of Sierra Leone offered to host the depot, and this was endorsed by the 28th session of the Authority of Heads of States and Governments meeting in Accra, Ghana on 19 January 2005. The government of Sierra Leone identified an initial site at Hastings Airfield Complex, which deemed to be unsuitable given that it failed to meet certain benchmarked criteria set by the African Union for establishment of regional and continental depots. So you see, now we offer say we want to get her, but we first attempted sites now be Hastings, and the African Union say no, it not meet the requirements or it not meet the criteria. So government back get for going on the drawing board and say,
consider
well, this local can go Nalungi. Then 4, it say consequently an alternative site was offered in December 2009 by the government of Sierra Leone at the Lunge International Airport. From whatever council, the threats and the risk where the depot might get in terms of uncertainty to we only international airports. So that let me just establish that. We would ask about demerit. That could be a demerit. Because that place is high security target. Nobody not going to dispute that. And if we go put a near we airport, anything that say Ecowas they take on certain countries like for like we Guinea they make crazy so then we airports also they at risk. That is a downside, and I'm not going to hide for because consequently an alternative site was offered in December 2009 by the government of Sierra Leone at the Lunge International Airport for the construction of the logistic depot and staff accommodation. Following the acceptance of the offer, a reviewed headquarters agreement on the operations and administrative use of the facility was signed between the Ecowas Commission and the government of Sierra Leone at the 37th ordinary session of Heads of State and Government Summit in February 2010 in Abuja, Nigeria. The land was officially handed over to the Ecowas Commission in July 2010. So you hear the land was officially handed over to the Ecowas Commission. So it means it's a property in our country, but it has been handed over. So we not get an autonomous facility. Okay? And definitely I've already established. So there was an agreement. That agreement that guy for go through the ECOWAS, the archive, and able for place and on now. But that agreement they speaks a lot about the do's and don'ts, the pros and the cons, what the ECOWAS can do with the facility, what they not can do, what Salon can do, and what Salon not can do. But one of the things, according to my sources, now that the independence of the facility is assured because the ECOWAS Commission directly now they administer that facility.
That facility there.
All right. So when it comes to the construction of the logistic depot, I mean, that in a very long, but we'll break and small. The ECOWAS logistic depot at Lunge, Sierra Leone is expected to be constructed in 3 phases over 3-year period. So imagine, from that time, I don't give you the dates, from 2000 and almost
10. We then get the land.
So then it was supposed to be done in 3 phases for 3 years.
That means by 2013 it should have been. That was 16 years ago.
So now under the last presidency for be done, but it's not done. We are not for go politics. I just know a person not can misunderstand me because actually it was not a fault of Sierra Leone. ECOWAS to provide the funds on time.
Project. Okay.
Yes, but if it be done under the last administration, so you know see why I make President Bill for be appreciated. I'm not holding a brief for him, but that's just the reality based on the text that we are seeing from the document. All right. The facilities contained under the various phases are as follows. Phase 1, fencing of the designated parcel of land. Construction of security posts on designated parcel of land. Construction of administration building. Construction of generator house for the administration building and water supply system. So
and you all
Fambolem,
are phase one.
phase one. So Fambolem, if we want to do justice now as people of Sierra Leone, if whether we can give in a waiting was agreed, are all these facilities available as per the provisions of phase one?
No,
Regina, maybe we need to send a ground team
for go look
for
at
go
it
prove them. But let me
do
just
assessments.
Let me just
exactly
highlight some of the things, and then for that is for phase one. For phase two, construction of communication structures and facilities, construction of motor pool for 50 light vehicles, general supplies, warehouse, hangars, vehicle maintenance warehouse and workshop, generator warehouse and workshop, motor pool for 100 heavy duty vehicles, clinic / sick bay and fuel depot. Our duty, as we be done commissioner, or as Ecowas be done jointly commissioner with the president of Sierra Leone, because that should be the phase two. And the phase three, training block, dormitory for students on logistics training courses, canteen and kitchen, and site development works.
this is phase two now.
That is phase three.
Phase three now. Okay.
That is the phase three.
Okay.
So you get forget dormitory. So all these things available there. That was my contemplation last night. Because waiting me see that the commission, although me not go there, and I want to be measured on the.
Hopefully, yeah,
so if Kamara Will, Mr. Will, or somebody from, then if I can't tell you now whether he did it or he not did it. But if he not did it, family and Lungi and Tuna de near day. Una will see if he did it or he not did it. But these things are on paper. Then for the day.
Okay.
In a 3 phase for 3 years, so we know that it was a delayed project that is established. Also, point 6 say at the 63rd ordinary session of the Ecowas Council of Ministers meeting in Abuja, November 2009, Council approved the sum of $2 million United States dollars for the construction of the Ecowas logistic depot at Lungi. Take note of the time. 2 million by the time which was in 2009. And point 7, sequel to the meeting of the experts of the ad hoc ministerial committee on the construction of the headquarters of the community institution, which held in Freetown, Sierra Leone from 16 to 18 July 2012, and the meeting of the technical unit of the ECOWAS Permanent Tenders Board held at the commission from 8 to 17 October 2012. The contract for the construction of the phase 1 of the ECOWAS logistic depot in Lungi, Sierra Leone was awarded to Mesa Harvard Nigeria Limited for a total sum of $1,730,909 million United States dollars.
So in addition to that 2 million, which gives us over the 3 million.
This is a Nigerian company for us for do that phase D.
Okay.
Okay. Only only. The construction work has commenced, and the phase 1 commenced in April 2013 and was completed by December 2014. Okay. That phase 1 money. All right. Then we go point 8. The ECOWAS Commission deployed in Sierra Leone from 24th to 29 October 2015 a mission to take over the first phase of the Lungi logistic depot. The mission engaged with the relevant authorities in Sierra Leone on some challenges facing the construction process and made some recommendations which have been considered. So there were challenges, and one of which was around encroachment, as we can see. Then it comes to the point on operationalization of the logistic depot.
Okay.
Point 8. At this stage, the depot cannot be operational as it requires the construction of a few of the facilities contained in the second phase. Remember, we don't talk about the second phase, such as the motor pool, vehicle maintenance workshop, and the general supplies warehouse. As I be say, that not been caused the delay. We make that by then in that year it was not operationalized. Sitting at night, so then in the vehicle maintenance workshop, general supplies warehouse, and motor pool. Then they Fambolem for Dede. Point 9 is say in addition, depot management is a unique and specialized function that requires appropriate structure and areas of core competencies for its efficient operation. Therefore, the ECOWAS Commission is reflecting on options for identifying, sourcing, or building the required competencies and the necessary skills sets for the management of the depot. I hope Sierra Leoneans were part of that competencies, capacity building training.
Okay.
If they were, I mean to say we don't get expert them in depot management, and I'm sure they should be, because any kind we make out something that person go on. Like now, one Solomon self must have been trained in that. So that is an advantage that a specialized facility. It's a specialized facility, and you need specialists there for runner. And it's my I probably don't ask by me or anybody from the depot as to who's almost salon people they work there, because we need to know almost Sierra Leoneans then directly or indirectly benefit from her. So point 9 say it is also critical to determine and source for the appropriate type of equipment required for the efficient operation of the logistic depot. In this regard, the Ecowas Commission, family keep taking notes on the emphasis on Ecowas Commission. They don't say the government of Sierra Leone, for let you know, saying an Ecowas business and Ecowas management control and administered facility, not the Sierra Leone, now we. So it is also critical to determine and source for the appropriate type of equipment required for the efficient operation of the logistic depot. In this regard, the Ecowas Commission officially received on 24th March 2016 the non-lethal military equipment, take note, non-lethal military equipment magnanimously donated by the government of the People's Republic of China to the Ecowas standby force. And this, by other research, it was $5 million United States dollar logistical support from China.
From China, okay.
Of course. The donation is worth about $5 million United States dollars and comprises, among others, personnel protective equipment, a high capacity generator, tent. Family, pay attention at this side. Something happen, it will shock you. And we'll ask one question. Don't worry that. He say the donation is worth about $5 million United States dollars and comprises, among others, personnel protective equipment, a high capacity generator, tent and tentages, IT and communication equipment, as well as 8 motor transport vehicles, including 3 command vehicles, 2 buses, 1 ambulance, 1 fuel tanker, bracket 10,000 liter capacity, and 1 water tanker, 10,000 liter capacity. The equipment are temporarily stored in a military facility graciously provided by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Where the Lunge Depot operational, these items will have been received and stored in that facility. So the question to my government is, they've seen the as where China been donate. They don't care now that the depot has been commissioned. Because this will, look at the generator first. That generator, they will give not only the depot light too, but they will give, maybe if they want for, they will give some
parts of Lunge light.
Of course, it's a huge generator than they. So, then facility they ask where them go keep it in Nigeria because the facility not be done it. They don't care. Read them back. You know.
We need for get that information.
Because it's important.
Exactly.
Ministry of Information, Ministry of Defense, Ecowas Secretariat. We need to get this information because you know you just can't commission empty following building. No. Because the argument back then was the depot was not operationalized because they're not going to do phase 2 and phase 3. But now, President Bio graciously with the Ecowas Commission chair president, they don't commissioner. And China be don't give $5 million worth of
in
equipment.
Addition, yeah.
And Fambulen then see that the donation is worth about $5 million US dollars and comprises, among others, personnel protective equipment.
Okay.
Then they don't carry there. A high capacity generator. Although not tell you almost KVA, but which Chinese man say high capacity. Then for that area, they don't get blackout safe. Well, we don't know that for the by the fuel, so that needs clarification. But we know say high capacity generator was donated by China. Okay. The non-bringer, we need to know tents and tentages, the non-car, IT and communication equipment, as well as 8 motor transport vehicles, including 3 command vehicles. 3 command vehicles. I was going to ask 3 command vehicles.
Them big talk.
Command vehicle. Now the one that they use, now the one in Iraq. Now the one that they use in Afghanistan. Now specialized armor car there.
Wow.
We get. Somebody from defense who can explain what is a command vehicle. But from what we know between the war between Iran and America and Israel, when I say command vehicle, not so bata armor car. So then they say na boost story if you don't care.
Yeah.
Because I doubt. Well, I doubt if we military get that kind of command vehicle anyway as been described there.
Okay.
So they say, then they talk about high capacity tents and tentages, IT and communication equipment, although not every one, as well as 8 motor transport vehicles, including 3 command vehicles, 2 buses, 1 ambulance. one fuel tanker, 10,000 liter, one water tanker, 10,000 liter. The equipment there, Fambulem, we need to know if they don't come or they're still in Nigeria. If they're still in Nigeria, in what order then they? Because Nigeria, if they keep them on, go keep her. Them bag must get use of her. Like the Facebook or Aram. What if they don't use her? So Ecowas Secretariat na Sierra Leone, Ecowas Commission, and if tell me what's the status of those donated items. Are they not coming? Or are they here?
Few benefits Melvin if I open the phone line. Let's talk about the few benifits where this Depo go begin come to salon.
Yeah, now there's some of them now.
If they all long come,
if they're not here, then we are looking at, landlord the billing use, but waiting inside the house, we are now the house in value they add to. So if you get, so it's about some of these things. If they are here, they will help. That high capacity generator, if you did, the immediate benefits. That means to say that area they don't get blackout. Although not for the area, but the light tomorrow go in at the depot. Suppose for make sure that the place bright. So picking yourself not go inside the facility, but we can sit on near the fence and study because we know say lunge and blackout na 9 and 10. So that's those are benefits. But of course another benefit is specialized training on logistic management and depot management. It's the expectation that some Sierra Leoneans they might don't don't benefit from that training day. So it's beneficial in terms of security presence. It will make somebody, if you want to count with Chris 7 as Sierra Leone, you go afraid. But of course, if the person get the capacity, it go want for target that depot as a way. So it give the country a military also, some military might. Because you talk about ski command vehicles. Now you get for the elected Salomon driver, but Salon soil day. We now get ski command vehicles, then other country can aggress we. We will lend some force or we'll go find some kind of agreements or arrangements, go use some force and later we can hang out. So these are benefits should these items and equipment donated are around. So yeah, there are other benefits when it comes to job creation in terms of the local community itself and in terms of, like I say, the country in prestige, in terms of attention to the country, it gives Sierra Leone primacy. Because if you look at the assets and the kind of corporate they carry, so Ecowas not going to learn nothing wrong with Sierra Leone because of that facility there. So it gets so many benefits based on how the operation they roll out.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go for a very short break. After the break, 07999949993. Stay tuned.
Money they move with BNB Cash App. People from all over the country, they send and receive money faster than ever.
Epic Radio.
BNB Cash App.
Me a businesswoman. I send money to my customer in Nigeria. Quick one, no waste them.
Me na Okada rider. I buy me airtime, pay me extra bill without and not left me yourself. Simple and easy.
Me na student. I receive money from my daddy state with no stress.
Now so you go get some with BNB Cash App. You can send money na Canada, Ghana, Senegal, Guinea, Liberia, and other side them na the world. You can always process your BNB, RIA, Western Union, tap send, now you that. Send wave and MoneyGram code anytime, any side. Enjoy the fastest transfer, extra payment, airtime top up, and more. All inside one app. Download the BNB Cash App today. Now Google Play Store and iOS App Store. BNB Cash App is so easy, fast and reliable. For more information, just contact with customer service on 072 500 000.
This big brass veranda can also say in Lebanon all with a big arm, but the big people they pick arm, that not me say you not be part of a more. This na IHO, all man can enjoy. So Epic Radio, they can reach the return of Epic all this. This go happen na St. Anthony Parish Hall, where they na sell seats. The date na October 17. Ticket price na 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock na net. That time then now, we go begin pick the music them. I say, can't see the mommy them and the pa them. Where the pa them say, then go dance inside them bell bottom and braces. The mommy them say, but yeah, we know they talk nothing. We say, go for go kotoku, or kabasnot. Now don't they keep all things. You go meet with old party them and meet with new one them. But for the music they hold, then go begin spread around from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, to the 2000 and the millennium now. No snap the small one them. Now they get some, but say no check past the mommy and the power because now they don't miss it down there. What they say be rock and roll. I say long life, you defend for yourself. The map of what MIC. Now the comedian the Igwe inside this country. When a Desmond Bayer and Igwe condos. So family, what now that on again? One and no say oh this corner working come every Saturday. So we all can enjoy them not so. Bobo, they ain't no go for show you on style here because the live band they go for the number now for the bread music next September rain. Epic Radio Monday now. Go ready for the pick the kind music game. We go reach. Don't young part. Una no can join you here. But una can more because now Ayejo all man Depo on this one. So Epic Radio they can wait the return of Epic on this corner. We go happen October 17 next St. Anthony Parish Hall for just 100 million and the time now 7 o'clock. Oh, let me go there and go enjoy because we the old one there and the new one there. We go meet up the old school because show who say we under reach.
Alright, I begin for introduce the calls them. First call on the line, concerned citizen. Hello, concern.
Good morning, Reginald Brian Ojukutu Soyes.
Yes, sir. Good morning, concerned citizen. You
yes.
Go ahead and make contribution. Yes.
Talking about the Ecowas and
Depo?
headquarters and bids and everything. Yeah, you get advantage and disadvantage. But first and foremost, waiting me no agree with the location where they can go, Lungi. The topography of Lungi is a level of flat ground. Lungi is so flat. I mean, for nice, like what you don't start there, so they are portrayed as a touristical attraction for the student development and the it's not me football stadium go be on the other side itself. To me, want me for more better if they mean carry this facility in a bunch. And make I tell you one thing. The people of Lungi, them picking them for suffer. Them get forget they give them picking them belly papa no get for the happen that during the Ecowas. We know sometimes picking them now. They don't be big, you know. We're not going to the meeting of all of that.
Thank you.
But them forget and go out of freedom. Bonds no me for bad. I have been concerned with
079994993. Now the number that way yourself can be part of the program. Let's go and pick another caller. Hello, good morning. Name outside the call from.
Pamusa de Kona Dwaza.
Yes, Pamusa, go ahead.
Obra, me wa ask. Would I get for sorry for saloon? Pan all voting brother Melvin Dom name so. Would I get for ask? Would I get for sorry for this country? For let this country go before. Because meeting say, and according to the read what brother Melvin don't read, and if them think they are all come between this country, I think say this not help for the country really. And I dey pray to God, the one they were responsible, and I know say if they ask them, and we will get that thing they are. But sometimes like as soon as they say that they Nigeria, would I for sorry for this country? Would I responsible? Would I would they ask? Brother Melvin, thank you. Let God bless. Let God guide you. Amen.
All right. Thank you, Bamusa. 079994993. We take more calls in the program. Let's go and pick this other caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, Anamta.
Thank you very much. Morning to Master Melvin. It takes more to see. I know. So, to the program, I listen because this the elder brother. Maybe not be the listener, or maybe be the give analysis comprehensively. Say the area, then get sites very suitable, very proposed. They be proposed, site point and proposed, they say, Hastings.
Yeah.
The man say, no, we are not suitable. Because with the reason that two area, two sides of building depot, serving our landlocked and serving our
coastal.
So then, yes, coastal, yeah. So they choose Lungi, they choose Lungi suitable. So constantly, I want to get that clear. You know, they listen. So maybe they make it simple for me. So to this area of this depot, me side, I will say security-wise, I welcome them. Because the one program they would have been on recent that in last week. I know maybe back the day. So if this kind of benefit don't come, we'll get the depot there. If any could start to lie up in, they are shortcut for Kaya. then take over the for sanity. So me outside, I want let them continue. No more like we pamusa constance last side. Let not be like that last time we come on the calendar beaucoup piqué dans la. Let them go.
Thank you.
That be that money is there. Let not be like that one again.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
079994993. Very interesting. Let's take more calls, by the way. I still get Melvin Tijan Mansai in the studios with me, and you're listening to the Epic Morning Show, the Thursday edition. Hello.
My name is Said.
Yes, Said, go ahead and make your contribution.
Yeah, that is things position the way them and give them. One thing where them we reject them for now because of the runway. But there was a plan waiting for extend the runway, go to the swamp at the Nam. They can't get in out of that country. But when you see an Escoma being decide for continue with the project, you know very well see if you been getting Mama airport, that airport Nalunge, it will justly follow. So the best he could have done was not forget to Ecowas, so at least it will be viable. But then people are kind of cancel that project. Now your team every they say, you know, go get a military base side by side with an international airport. If I even think like a gun, wait they within the airport vicinity, passengers they afraid. So now that's the main problem now we don't can now. Because if that project and Mama will continue, that Lunge International Airport you will get see, we can't say anybody, it will make them viable. But you can't take it now. You can't make them side by side with an international airport. But then you know we find you. And let's look at this senior citizens say. We main problem come out from who make a base for Ecowas, which has still a promise we say. Once we don't know that, we'll get a taste of war. Thank you very much.
079994993. We will take more calls in the program and go wrap up very, very shortly. Let's speak this caller quickly. Hello, please keep our 1 minute. Good morning. Yes, Suleiman. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
I want ask Mr. Melvin possible call Lunga the light 9 and 10. What may analyze them for me. And the other thing I ask him about where you can go example to Putin for Ukraine. Why not send them to America or other countries? All that are ready. But what I want is the facility they in place na Lunga. No more than no for being put near the airport because a flat land and they near the water. But the other thing I want to talk about now, African politicians. All the facility are what made them they do them for guide themselves because not for the citizen. Because they know the honesty what people and they look for them, you know they near them. If they be honest now, education to the population where they na the continent. All them facility are enough for being there, even if it's for themselves. Now, educated people then go there. The education not for we there right now. Because the sense himself, you get for build himself. Sense, you get for build himself. For make the citizen know, say, this is my responsibility in my country. I tell you, thank you.
Thank you, Suleiman. 079994993. 8:48 now the time for the studio clock. We go wrap up the program at exactly 9 this morning. Hello.
Yeah, Epic Radio.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, Rogers Juba.
Yes, Rogers, go ahead, sir.
The team within the brink and a very good team. That base been done in a long before. Now didn't play them with the command and go now Liberia, they operate and come back. When you get anything and they yourself said you secure. Even though the commander go command direct, but the man with it on the ground, all 90 represent Ecowas. So anything will happen, then they take action straight. And then the other people they want them. They really want them, not to want we want them, but they not get the opportunity for get them. So when they don't fatigue come, as never been the talk, I like them too much. As the opportunity don't come to for make use of them. And most of them deport and they near other, even the one with the Fed in the Middle East now, most of them deport and they near the national airport. Apart from that, them bomb where they send now by plane or any other thing. So on 500 kilometers. So you put on 500 kilometers so not the same thing. Well, the advantage there, the disadvantage.
Thank you. Thank you, Rogers. We take more calls, maybe 4 more and then wrap up. Mystic Nadu Azak, they say, I'm one of the Sierra Leoneans who believe that accepting the Ecowas deportees was partly driven by the expectation that the United States will reconsider its visa restriction on Sierra. However, the situation appears unchanged. Many Sierra Leoneans were not pleased with the decision to accept the deportees, especially as the anticipated benefits have yet to be materialized. All right. Hello.
Good morning, Epic.
Yes. Good morning, Nami Samoa.
Yes, Nami Samoa.
Go ahead.
Yes, I see maybe the attempt for blame the last president and praise His Excellency President Bill on this. Where the last president now then lobby, just like what the last call at the top show. Other countries want this facility, but the last government lobby for like happen as Salona. They not only lobby where they reject these things, then go give them land other side. So how you can take the place now you give President Bill and condemn the past government? And let we not say this facility, you know, there's nothing for do salon like what him every talk to. Sudan, UN been there, where chaos be the take place there. UN been there as them base na Sudan, where chaos they happen there. So for say where Ecowas can't see no under, na go mean say na then they protect you. I don't think say that that's the fact too. Thank you.
3 more calls, 1 minute each. 079-994-993. That's not the number. We say we call and be part of the Epic Morning Show. We just take maybe 3 more calls, and then we do all the cutting down. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakar from.
Yes, go ahead, Bakar.
Normally, my brother Melvin, let God continue for guide and protect that. I'm not sure if somebody really for stand Melvin, so let them discuss that issue. But if you're not possibly honest. So that will make plenty of them people in the if you see Melvin and then they can discuss. If you not get the locals, you're not able to see the return. Because Melvin is DD, it is search, it is read, it is go in for let's search for getting information. Get to the topic. We don't talk about this Depo. These are the things this way side we talk exact. If we be focused on Mama, we be for turn hub, we now a turning point to any flight. The limit they tell you, I didn't tell you, it's a big thing of the past. But now, if you really think about this Depo for going close to the airport, if you watch, you see the ugly and unique. Because it's like I say, everything just due to Lungi, give access. What it concerns cities in the talk, so it's correct. If they be clear, we'll say Flamont. That is says again as space. But the government, they just do things because they want to do harm. And look where we brought the coming. So then answer issues they will not be from Central. Let's very be careful. Thank you.
2 more calls, 079-994-993. Just 2 more calls, and then we try for see how we can do all the cutting down. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Soda. Now, Paconte the call from.
Oh yes, Paconte. Go ahead, sir. Good morning.
Yeah. Una thank you, Melvin. Thank you. You sabi analyze. You dey cross check. You dey go throughout. You dey find out. You know you just can't no more. You talk. You look where you don't analyze everything. Then go na asking the people and say no. They say they don't want that side. When they go Lunge, they accept. We tell Una thank you. We tell the government thank you. We tell Ecowas thank you. Now then developments then we want for secure the country. You see? So if anything happen, they want then the Ecowas the kind side. I tell the government thank you very much. Melvin, let God give you long life with well body. Let God bless you, Pekin. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. I'll take the last call for today and go over to Melvin for saying few words and wrap up 079-994-993. The last caller for today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Alex from Fululu.
Yes, Alex, go ahead.
This whole project here starts from Pakaba. Pakaba is a green child. So for the praise for the bring child police into the former president and the late president Pakabana. And this whole project here, followed by the former president and Kumar, and completion from the present president Nawuna Madabio. So let's keep praise where praise due, right? This project here is a lot of the project. Now, you say any type of security, the president, that's how we protected. America, why would admire America? America is one of the most secure countries in the world. I mean, and because of the security strength. Now, only America and get security is there. In other countries, we go plant them differently. The other president, they are place the way America they protect. Even though you have to see Iran, bomb, but it is still protected, honestly speaking. Right? Lord, just praise you. Lord, we see the fact. Security is the most important thing where somebody can be proud of. Because I get to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex Nafobe. Over to you, Melvin, for response to the callers.
Again, I don't like to sound political, but since Sierra Leoneans, we let politics pass most times, even the bread and the butter issue. If I want to be political, I think I should say we foretell SLPP governments, thank you. Because like what did Alex say, the initiative came from Pakaba and other government then come, and finally under SLPP, it has materialized. Again, I use the word somebody say, because he catch me well. He say, it's guy never give praise. I not condemn anybody. Oh, he say, in lobby. That cannot be true. If he had lobbied, if I don't lobby, let the disbursement car and let the project done within the time frame way within our government.
3 years, yeah.
But that not happen. Now the president BO, whether he lobby now or not lobby now or not him. So the SLPP governments from Pakaba to now should be commended. That is not to say other governments have not played their role. We should also commend them because government is continuity. But certain praises, it should be specified. And specifically, kudos to President Madabio for bringing this into fruition. Paconte, thank you so much for the compliment. You say outside security day. I agree with you, Paconte, because security presence alone they make bad people and want for afraid. But outside Kuskas day, then security facility and they can also be target. So that is the plus and the minus side of it. Bakar, I'm humble also that with your showered praises. And you say we don't focus on my mama. I think here inside we get a similar point. But the argument we Ecowas make, they not be one this thing for the. If you look at the location of my mama, it is off the Atlantic Ocean a bit. Regional, I mean, when I've some people
exactly,
there. My mama not close to the Atlantic Ocean, like how you go say the south side is so now.
Yeah,
so I think the argument was getting access.
And so there was the preferred place.
Based on the criteria. Of course, I know say Hastings they near the water from the Rokel River. But if you put the project there, that was the argument of the Ecowas according to some documents, that you can construct a fresh port where they go meet the ocean. And that should have cost them more money. And that's why they refused. So Lunge was not just choosing, it was choosing on a strategic reason. Again, as to why they not go Bonth, I think that can be a question for another day because Bonth sits right on the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And, well, somebody go and ask, how close is Bonth to Guinea, Liberia, and all those places? Again, somebody go say, why not Pujao? So that's always going to be up for grabs. But I think looking at the proximity to the capital and the accessibility to Lunge, I think that's why it was chosen. But yes, Lunge gets blessing when it comes to location.
And Alpha Khan don't get a new name now. It's in our Police now. It's a Lunge is the new Police in town.
If I talk back just now, people will criticize me. I say from where Alpha Khan left APC and I get talk about Richard Yates. Somebody go say, Melvin, what did they talk? Alpha Khan is a genius spokesman and definitely I admire him. You want to call her any name, you want to brand her anyway. Me, I admire people where they learn from, whatever. Alpha Khan is a genius.
So you learn from him, Melvin?
I learn from him every day. Every day I go to I get people where they learn from every day. Not just reading books. You get forget people who you the mentor. Also because person go call and say this is not a so person. So maybe back this car. Me, I get to look into people where they admire. So Alpha Khan is one of my mentors. I will not hesitate. I will always say it. Not because you don't come on another party, you don't come at this party, or not because you don't do this, or not because somebody goes snobber. Me, I know one Randy. I guess one thing I aid where I go on for in my old age, where I go on for exact. For the fact that the man are 2 foot player first, in two no right now. That party. Mystic, we are not talking about the deportee. We are talking about Depo. I know when you say Depo, if it's some man, if it's not deportee,
exactly.
Not that I know what they talk about. So Rogers, I agree with you. But the fact there remains, the good thing, the blessing of the Depo, now it threat. Because Charles Taylor make work on Sierra Leone because he say that very Lunge was used by Ecowas as one of the callers them historically right in that place and say that they Ecowas be the Ecowas be the pull and scoop them for go intervene in Liberia. So I may offend Charles Taylor. We hope we not get a situation of war. We are in troops that for being mobilized there and logistically commodity because that will put it on a threat level and it will be high security.
All right.
High security threat. Suleiman. Well, why I not call Mamadi Doumbouya the Trump of West Africa? Well, actually, Vladimir Putin, we see I don't go invade Ukraine. That is not that cannot exactly the war with Iran. Well, it depends the military war, but not so invasion as waiting Putin do na Ukraine.
Okay.
And Mamadi Doumbouya for me, na the Vladimir Putin of West Africa. I think all of the other points they all just feedback as to why I not place the other president. I already like that. And unfortunately, President Bio, while with the president, it's so ironic that we they get a stabilization first Depo, but when Ecowas may agree, let me just give Pambulen the time because there's some people are not going for they don't want to hear this. When Ecowas may say, after that 2023 interregnum or attempted coup, Ecowas being resolved that then it deploy a force in Sierra Leone. That will be December 10, 2023. But unfortunately, under President Biya government, will not be seen that force taker as to why their Papa government will not for terrorism.
Thank you very much.
Why the stabilization force was not allowed to be deployed in Sierra Leone, even when the authority of heads of states in their 64th session resolved that, but not happy.
Thank you very much, Melvin Tijan Manisari, for joining us in the studios, providing a lot of insights on the establishment of over the $3 million worth of Ecowas depot within the country. We don't discuss, we don't explore the benefits where it will begin come to the country salon, and also don't talk about few demerits as well where the particular infrastructure they will bring come to the country. Many thanks to Melvin again. Well, unfortunately, we've been supposed to get a representative from government, Bami Anthony, not show up, and then we also been forget on the line Abdul Wheel. We now from the Office of the National Security himself, we're not able to forget him. And all what up next we get sports and entertainment and also the media review segment by Marion Precious George. Till I join you now tomorrow for the review of the biggest local stories of the week. Reginald Brano Jukutu, so I say continue for listening to Epic Radio and the Epic Morning Show. Bye bye.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk up on the streets of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible and the rich inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can look them, they begin to gossip my people. Yes, they talk about the food we eat. Oh, they talk about the shoes we wear. And they talk about the clothes we wear. Some of them gossip that pastors, what a dirty thing. They talk about their members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind? See them with a coat, going to church. See them with a gun, going to murder.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Update. So a ball we start off with the Brazil national team in Olympic Games inside the United States don't finally retire from international football. Neymar don't retire from international football, sadly, not able to lay hands on the World Cup for Brazil. So the Formula One season probably or could end up inside Europe, as the Formula One president Stefano don't finally break silence that if the conflict continue in the Middle East, we will prevent Qatar and Abu Dhabi for host the final races, and this decision will be expected for make inside mid-September. So a positive preseason outing for Al Hassan Koroma and in club as they may defeat Dutch club Almere 3-1 inside the Netherlands. And the Salon Popular Association president yesterday be inspect the site. Osai 435-seater accommodation will be available for spectators. We will continue for watch games now at the football secretariat. For now, all this we get for you inside Sports
Hello, good morning, and welcome to your Thursday edition of your entertainment news here on the Epic Morning Show. Me, na Big Daddy. Starting here with Pella. Of course, we want to congratulate as Pella and Xavi don't finally had the court wedding yesterday. We just wait for August 1st now, for let it shut down finally. And away from Pella, I should speed by an $11,000 warehouse for in content creation, which we will get into that. Well, Tyler, of course, from South Africa. Well, Wise planning in tour be Maxi Lagos City now one of the places then we go one for camp. But looking at the ongoing attack from Nigeria since South Africa, we not go on for quite a while. Plenty Nigerians not look they find this funny anymore. And one of the reasons say from when this whole attack starts, they not ever see suicide said artists using platform forever show whether they against or they against waiting they happen. So they know one time in the country. And amidst all waiting on the go on, Cayman the bingo man beget this for say. Say no matter how roast beef sweet, you no go ever see them sell them 7 o'clock na morning. Cause 7 o'clock na morning na for cookery, everything get it time. Well, whatever this quote is for, is there. And also Dance Plus is coming. So after the Rap Rampage don't launch the season 4. Well, they launch a new one when a Dance Plus, and this one at the season 1. According to them, say they're not just one for bring rap, but the one for the chance to people themselves we go come and their own talents for dance. So Dance Plus is here, and get ready, it's coming big. Epic Radio, on the other hand, of course, is bringing the Oldies Corner, and it's happening Saturday, October 17, and the ticket price na 100 euros. Remember, say the place to be at St. Anthony Hall, Sykes Street, Freetown. And finally, this morning, the ongoing, saga will only happen between the Association of Music Producers, when the president, Lord Mo, has been accused about him visiting the president, and there was a package waiting for the union. Well, according to them, one of we producers with a part of the union, where now Mickey J, the prof, be there yesterday inside we exclusive interview, and this now waiting in say in feel like really don't they go on.
This talk had only gone in the group for a couple of days now. This felt like me, I be even tell Lodmo say our posters in the group. I say I don't know about this money, but sometimes, even if somebody can tell you something, I man at work with proofs. You need to even like I don't know about that, but hold me peace till another person inside the group raised the alarm. So he raised the alarm now, people start to make it like a joke. Till the other day now, they set a blaze, like everybody now start to think, come to their senses, you know. Despite, you know, I would say, if they say, to them, they say they call a meeting for that. You understand? I mean, after they pay the visit, I believe the project come from the independent song, you know, we producer them be work on, you know. Then say, God, now just an envelope and give them. You understand? They not go disclose what's in the inside it. You know what I mean? Certain times you don't need for fight people. You know what I mean? They get right for say whatever they want for say because nobody was there. You feel me? But according to it, they say again, even though because this is an organization, right? You deal with people as a leader. No matter an organization will try for build up. No matter the little way, but me I believe so. I need to go make money or visit anybody with my own personal name. Now the association name when I go with. So no matter the transport we then give, you know what I mean. If I come back and say, yo, the association go visit the power, go visit this, or go there and but then give this kind of transport. We're gonna develop the organization. So one will come out and voice them out. Like even not so matter of calling meeting, like even post another group. Go all day they say, yo, this not this so. Since I will start for create an event, we will use this as a starting. You know what I mean? There are so many ways there for people to use that transport for add up to the organization. But really, I don't want to talk much about this. You know what I mean? But this is what has been going on, bro. Yeah.
Sometimes then, when things they go wrong in the community and people they keep quiet. But for keep quiet, not to fix the problem. Now that's make Epic Radio they bring to you blowing the whistle. Blowing the whistle like a radio show who say ordinary people them go talk about what's in really they happen. Now in community radio. Them. When are from bad road, no water, poor service, unfair treatments, and corruption. So now this show, where they call out things them respectfully and honestly. And when something good they happen, where people they make progress and real change in their life, we also they talk button. This time you chance, follow you speak up and follow the hear you voice and follow you ask questions when they go answer. Whether you live in a town or a village, whether you young or you a woman, or whether you a community leader or a concerned citizen, this show now for you. We not just they talk and forget, we they follow up with the issue, so something happen. Blowing the whistle, your voice, your community, your power, only on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. This big brass veranda can also say in Lebanon all with the pick am, but the big people they pick am, that not me say you not be part of no. This na IHO, all man can enjoy. So Epic Radio, they can reach the return of Epic or this. This go happen na St. Anthony Parish Hall, where they na sell seats. The date na October 17. Ticket price na 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock na net. That time then now, we go begin pick the music them. I say, can't see the mommy them and the pa them. Where the pa them say, then go dance inside them bell button and presses. The mommy them say, but yeah, we know they talk nothing. You say, go for go Kotoku, or Kabasnot. Now don't they keep all things. You go meet with old party them and meet with new one them. But for the music they hold, then go begin play the one from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, to the 2000 and the millennium now. No, it's not the small one them. Now they get some, but say, no check past the mommy and the power because now they don't music down there. What they say be rock and roll. I say long life, you defend for yourself. The map of what MIC. Now the comedian the Igwe inside this country. When a Desmond Bayer and Igwe condos. So family, what now that town again? One and no say, oh this corner working come every Saturday. So we all can enjoy them not so. Bobo, they ain't no go for show you on style there because the live band they go for the number now for the bread music. Next September rain. Epic Radio Monday now. Go ready for the pick the kind music game. We go reach. Don't young part. Una no can join you here. But una can more because now IHO all man depend this one. So Epic Radio they can read the return of Epic or this corner. We go happen October 17. Na St. Anthony Parish Hall for just 100 million and the time na 7 o'clock. Oh, let we go there and go enjoy because we the old one there and the new one there. We go meet up the old school. We go show who say we on the reach.
I hope that our visitors would listen to the song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music is rated amongst the best. There's nothing about that in the foreign.
Charis Berries once says, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thought. Hello and welcome to the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, where they come to you on 99.3 FM, Radio Garden, Facebook, YouTube, and through our website at myepiconline.com. You can also listen to the show through Zimi Radio 107.5 FM inside Pujaun District. Mina, your host, Marion Precious George. And inside the show this morning, NACSED don't unveil strategic framework on civic education ahead of 2028. And as well, Bar Association set for all the AGM and election will take place over the weekend. And we ask a question about the issues where the association will get if they don't settle them so far. And finally, statistics here alone say housing and transport costs push the country inflation rate higher to 14.77% inside June. All of the stories plus the review of various newspapers they inside the show this morning. And for joining me inside the show for discuss the issues, I get in the studio Mohamed Toby Kagbo. Good morning, Toby.
Good morning, Marion, and good morning to listeners.
Okay, straight off, we'll look at the stories on the newspapers, and we first take this morning at the Aoko newspaper. Top story, join the conversation, the wound unconstitutional. I'll go over this again. It says, join the conversation, the wound no constitution can heal. Another story, the bill before this House does not reflect what was agreed in the tripartite agreement. And this is according to the leader of the opposition at Parliament, Honorable Abdul Kagbo. NURP chairman defends 55% presidential threshold, urges delay in constitutional amendment. And also political stalemate over 55% versus 50 plus 1% presidential threshold prolongs constitutional amendment bill as it awaits a vote. Finally, we distributed over 70,000 consultation forms and received over 150 position papers. And this is according to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, where we talk to Parliament. All of the stories and more you will get in the Aoko newspaper.
Straight up from the Aoko newspaper, we'll take the Concord Times newspaper, where it says IGR calls for hybrid electoral system to address governance challenges. Chief Minister engages informal sector union to strengthen social protection. Justice Bangura sentenced man to 215 years over rape and killing of minors. Fuller Tribal Heads leads delegation to condole with Vice President. Dr. Ibrahim Bangura delivers keynote speech at the ASAFBC training workshop. These are all the stories reported from the Concord Times newspaper.
And away from that, I take the Independent Observer newspaper top story. Constitutional Amendment Bill will secure women's political representation. And this is according to the Attorney General. Another story, tourism industry leaders, tourism ministry join forces to drive growth, innovation, and job creation. A big banner headline, Bo hosts Paramount Chiefs July 30th to August 1st. And CSM Grassroots Initiative arrived in Cambia for district executive inauguration. All of the stories and more today now the Independent Observer newspaper this morning. And away from the Independent Observer newspaper, the Premier News newspaper, big banner headline reads, Koidu City shaken by brutal child killing verdict. And MBSSC warns schools against illegal charges. Government partners hold dialogue to strengthen digital conference framework. All of the stories plus also in this issue, they are the Premier News newspaper this morning. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, and they deal with a range of issues this morning, as I make mention of. We'll look at the first story where say, NACSED unveiling the strategic framework on civic education ahead of 2020. And of course, they make this known inside, one two-day retreat where them organize Nabo, as way for, declare the Galines Declaration, one comprehensive work plan where they say go operationalize NACSED mandate nationwide. And during the retreat, the chairman for NACSED, Joseph Munda Bindi, disclosed that the council also don't develop new strategic communication framework and human resource management manual as way for strengthening institutional capacity and public engagement. According to Ram, they say NACSED also aligned a strategic plan with the National Midterm Development Plan 2024 to 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goal them. And they also make mention about, education on the national constitution and legal framework, education on civic participation and inclusiveness, civic and voter education, education on global international citizenship, civil education in school and tertiary institutions, education on government development agenda. It's an area they were therefore focus on as we for update the public and give civic education. It's a thematic area, go form the basis of the flagship program. We go include annual constitutional week, weekly constitutional talk, where then call waiting the day inside with constitution, civic lectures on democracy and nationalism, quiz competition and games, and several other things that we say they part of the civic responsibility for implement. They say the civic education also go serve as center for promote participatory civil activities and culture in communities. This and plenty other things that the chairman for NACSED say regarding the work them way them plan for do and the adoption of 5 thematic pillars for drive civic education. But I don't ask questions to be about civic education at the country, and for far too long we also don't ask questions as to how the Ministry of Information and Civic Education not work with NACSED over the years, from where they change the ministry name and add civic responsibility to them. We see that this particular commission, the mandate or waiting them they do where everybody see it sees for happen, like the civic education and several other activities where they engage in. Now, the chairman of the commission is saying that then they launch a strategic plan or whatnot, for inform the public about civic education and responsibility. There are a few questions I will ask you. One, is this timely? Done two, talking about constitutional civic education, this supposed to be after the amendment of the Constitution or before the amendment, owing to the fact that a lot of people don't ask questions about the Constitution and the things them way government want inside the Constitution, especially the PR system and the first past the post way a lot of people them way I don't talk to, they tell me say they don't even understand waiting at the PR system and first past the post, except we then they listen to radio, television, journalists, and they try to explain on social media as well.
Again, thank you very much, Marion. You make one salient point that once you first established that this commission don't in existence before the name of the ministry, then add to then civic responsibility. I think the commission don't be limited in terms of taking civic responsibilities. Yes, it is the ministry where they supervise these commissions, the commission, I don't use the word commission, the commission, and again, the ministry gets the superior power ahead of the commission based on the powers where the ministry gets. But seeking consultation is something I expect the ministry definitely, which I hope that they're going to do. But you see, this it speaks a lot of volume because there are 5 key things which they adopt in this term, the retreat. And how this adoption will come. This thing will not come agree, so how will it able to take effect? What are the things where we for expect in terms of within the ministry safe go on for adopt to? But I think the commission gets its own responsibility, and which is something we don't make really clear in this term the retreat. And I just quickly want to go through a few of the things them where they adopt.
Yeah, already don't state them.
In this retreat.
Yeah.
So it is clearly the show say they want for utilize the mandates where themselves get. They want for the parts of voting education. They also want for ensure say let them not just be limited. And
but why now? Where they don't be silent for too long? And looking at 2028, waiting they want to the mind of Baku people. 2028 na election time.
Yeah.
And why the council in work, you know, therefore put more emphasis on the role and the roles and responsibility of the work that they do inside 2028 or after, you know, the amendment of the constitution.
I think, again, we all know say the constitutional amendment bill currently don't be adjourned by Parliament again. Then gets for continue the debate tomorrow and see if any adoption go definitely able to take place in the constitutional amendment. But again, Marion, waited after the constitutional amendment for them be something huge again for the commission. But again, let's also take this into cognizance. You make point that over the years, when the civic responsibility was added to the ministry, then become limited. They're able to do much of their work. You know, they get much from the commission. You want to blame them that, or why the commission really not active in terms of sensitive discussion or things that has to do with civic responsibility with the commission for embark on. You wouldn't want to blame entirely the commission. You see, majority of these agencies, existing agency, they are conflicting interest. They work with the ministry they do. They find out that the civic responsibility the commission gets don't go entirely, if not entirely, 80% to the ministry. So I think the commission they be limited. But again, waiting for the constitutional amendment for them be a win for the commission, that go able give them that go put them in a better position upon things them which them feel like say go be added into the responsibility of the commission.
Now, my point where they make, I'm not trying to cast blame on the council for where they don't stay silent for too long. The question where they ask, now that all these years they don't stay silent, and this retreat where they may get representative from even the ministry. In as much as the ministry in role don't be extended to civic education, if there is a council that has been established already before una mandate expand, una supposed to work hand in hand with the council. But over the years, you don't see the Ministry for Information and Civic Education, don't they carry out civic responsibility or civic activities without naming the council for the council in those activities. And we as journalists, we don't raise concerns about that. That's not just one aspect. Another aspect gets to do with this constitution, as I make mention. A lot of people don't know the constitution amendment bill, waiting and waiting, a request for, like especially the first past the post and the PR system. A lot of people don't understand how those two, things then they work. And when you talk about civic education, the council and the Ministry of Information supposed to inform the public rather than keeping them in the dark in terms of waiting them for choose at the end of the day. We read just not the newspapers. The AG is saying that then send out questionnaires or whatnot, or for ask people them about the perception about this system, the constitutional amendment bill, and according to them, a lot of people answer questions. But yet still, you make one post on social media, or you say something in a community about first past the post of PR system or the constitution amendment bill, a lot of people will not get any clue about the process so far, whereas the responsibility lies to the ministry and the council for inform the public, for make them understand, even if in local languages, in small messages, but that not seems for the happen.
I think I understand you better now. The responsibility where the ministry don't take, I think that will be also a key responsibility for the council. But if you go through this they make, there is a part of one of the things they would adopt in the council now for sensitize the public, especially voters. But again, before reaching to the area of voting, people also want to know, like remote areas, even to capital, even to the city. Not so everybody know waiting at first past the post or waiting at the prayer system. Particularly, majority of people we talk to don't even know how these things operate. All within they know that when time reach for votes, they go vote, where they announce who wins the election. That's all for some people. But this is the responsibility of the council. But the council self don't get full responsibility from the parental body when at the ministry. You also need to take this into cognizance. The ministry don't focus majority of the civic activities with the ministry they embark on. So for me, I think that should be the responsibility of the council. If not the council organize the civic day series, that will come up from the council and take directive or supervision or make policy from the ministry or by the ministry. But if the ministry, they focus on the responsibility of the council for take, the council, they be limited. The council will not get much work for it. It's less or small because 80% of the responsibility of the council don't be shifted to the ministry. And again, the council gets a huge work for do. And this is one of their mandates again. Now for ensure say, the public, not for being ignorant of first past the post and the PR system. The public forgets a lot of sensitization, and that is the responsibility of the council. The council will seek this approach, and again, adopting some of these in the retreats, also get for pass through the ministry, that the ministry will get approval, or take these recommendations, what they want for adopt, to cabinet, and seek for approval. So again, the box stop from the Ministry of Civic Education. But again, and I think the council gets a very big role for play, and that will be given by the ministry. Okay. If the council want for playing role, they should be guided by the ministry. The council is just an agency, a wing to the ministry, despite it was formed before the civic responsibility was added to the ministry. Yeah. So which means the ministry itself, in terms of civic work, they're not being past the council, because there have been an existing council. We already know what's not the civic responsibilities. So which means the council also for play a pivotal role in sensitizing the public. For the Attorney General, Mayor, how many people they ask in this survey? We talk about the constitutional amendment. How many people know how much was Salon Constitution? How much people know what exactly they want for amend in this constitution? Okay. For me, I think we've really been negligent in terms of educating the public about this amendment bill
most of the time we don't talk about engagement. I don't observe this for a very long time, where institutions, especially MDAs, talking about we have been engaging the public through stakeholders. Some of those stakeholders or some of these stakeholders not they take the message down to the people in the communities, then go, then listen, then give an input, but for reach, out to the people, them, now the community, then say, now this we don't go here, now this and this, that has been the missing link for a very long time where I don't observe. So if institutions keep saying that we don't engage stakeholders on this, or we don't engage some certain set of people on this, I expect, say, the whole country for, aware of them, it has not been happening like that so far. We don't be joined by Ivan Julius Lee inside the studio. Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Toby. Good morning, listeners and viewers. Good morning.
Yeah, you don't follow the discussion regarding this particular engagement on NACSID strategic framework, where then they put together ahead of 2028. What do you think about them?
It was for me, shock for me realizing, the operators per now, and are coming to really talk about the work of
them don't be taken away from the ministry. I don't feel like now they hand over, they will get the ministry. I mean, the ministry, they do most of their job the way they so, if not all. I mean, and I that believe, is why I
say 80% of them work.
Yes, I make as if not all say for me, because they are responsible for enlightening the population about their civic responsibility and all. But you see in the ministry now, get civic day series, civic fest, civic X, Y, Z, and so we are asking whether it should have been a collaborative with them, or probably the ministry and them need to say eye to eye, you want to think about that again. And they have been quiet for quite a long. I think I passed this morning, I even realized they are in operation. And you want to ask a question leading to election just less than 2 years or more than 2 years to election. Is it a right time for make then show face back? What is their strength so far? I mean, for educating the public about what's going to happen. And you made a mention about the amendment bill with the on parliament. You know, I mean, one person where always say, well, probably I'm not part of Sierra Leone. Me, a census, then they count me. So whether it's comes,
count you out.
Definitely, because I don't be part of. I don't know. Well, probably because since also I can feel myself.
But if they go to your host, they meet people, then we count you.
Well, that's the point. So it's another situation. And when it comes in terms of enlightening stakeholders or community people, I'm never fortunate say I don't be in that kind of situation where, well, maybe because I'm a journalist I make, but I never been in that situation where I feel like then go to my community, or somebody tell me say then go to in community, or somebody tell me say then go to in community for talk about this amendment bill or whatever law they want for pass that country. So at times you go on for wonder, Osai, then consultation, or then how for put on, or then kind awareness, or then kind discussion here they go through within the country. I mean, so that is a whole lot. But for me, I think the ministry and that of the association, I don't feel like then they see eye to eye. For me personally.
But the ministry be the part of the workshop, the training workshop or so, when I said organize and they make the input, so and all of those frameworks with them for implement, so they not go do them in isolation.
So you go on for ask why they don't be silent?
All these years.
All these years. So if then they see eye to eye, it should have been inclusive. I mean, they're not them for the facilitating program. They are not the ministry.
You get any concern about them, wanting to educate the public about the Constitution after the amendment don't take place, or you be expect the council for engage the public on waiting the need for no inside the constitutional amendment bill before ever Parliament, debate themselves or approve them.
It should have been a two-way traffic. I mean, before and after, and because whatever thing Parliament they go debate now or don't debate now. If we don't come from MPs engaging their constituents and all about, especially when it comes to this PR and the first past the post. I mean, a lot of people not get that kind of understanding about within the difference between the two electoral system there. So it should have been engagement before and after safe and come in and say, okay, this is the laws. We are going to use whatever system, whether PR or first past the post, explain to the people, waiting them in, because you therefore enlighten them coming to election, waiting them for do how the voting pattern therefore look like, or how voting therefore look like. So if I don't be two-way traffic before and after, but if they not be there before and the one for coming after, then you might as well say, okay, let's see how this therefore be effective. Let's see how this therefore be productive. Whether if they're able to stretch across the 16 districts in the country and say that people know. Because at some point, remember, I think 2007, 12 to even 18, 2023, I mean, void votes then day. I mean, in terms of whether it's PR or first past the post, people go vote and then. So it's about electoral telling people, making people aware, say, now so and so gets what happen.
And looking at, parliamentarian, one of the functions in oversight, engagement with the people, then constituents them,
Yeah.
representing them means say you for engage them in whatever way, during the passing of bill or before debating any bill or so.
Sure.
But that as well don't be missing over the years.
Of course, I think the last time we talked about is it the child marriage act?
The Child Rights Act.
Thank you. And we said it, and we get to do it. A lot of people, there is a law we prohibit picking not for married under the age of 18. I think we talk about that. How much person no say there is a law we prohibit picking up for married under the age of 18. So it's the same thing. You have to ask what side the engagements there don't they happen. And we all, I don't know, probably say you don't know your area where MP call say, well, we therefore go debates on this particular issue which one I take. I don't know. But for me, I
actually do a story around that. We will go here or one of these days. Now, my constituency ask people questions about the MP engaging them in terms of those laws. And most of the people we are talked to, if not all, say it's been a long time they don't ever get that. Even the recent laws that we passed, they don't even know about them except when they read them through radio or TV.
So you go wonder who side the engagements they happen. But they are saying then they engage community, stakeholder and community people. You go on for ask whose community they now. So you see like certain to be probably happen at to be area. I don't know. But you go on for ask whose side the engagements they happen. I mean because for me, you and any other people can say well it's difficult. So probably they happen at some point.
Okay, we'll move away from that topic there and look at the Sierra Leone Bar Association where don't set for all the annual general meeting and election. Over the weekend, after several postponement of the election in AGM because of one or two issues we get to do it, the payment of subscription or membership fee and several other things them. And now that might be just one of the issues, and another one rise up few days before now outside and talk about electronic something or data where the people away for votes forget or for digitalize or digitize the process so far where one of the aspirants them we found out say if not so the current executive one for one things she will not partake in the election, but all of those things where then come out with press releases out to the public for say, we don't know if they don't settle them or not because they're not come again out to the public and say this. And now they are set to, for all the AGM and election. So they ask the question as some of those issues, or if not all of the issues being settled, especially where we know say the AGB even step in the matter and gain advice and all. Also, the current president for the association say the AG, they part of a mandate for advise the bar association for do so and so as the association now a body on its own. Several other controversies them, and if you don't follow the program on this particular program, you know so we don't discuss this issue one of those days. But Toby, like I said, with all of those issues and the bar association, neither the one of the aspirants, presidential aspirants, not come again to the public say. We don't settle this or we not settle it, and now we are going for the AGM and election.
This is a bar session where I think would be highly divided even than before. I follow with keen interest when Madam Tuma was elected. We see a lot of massive division within the bar session. If the people would interpret the laws for we, people that would believe, get better interpretation of the laws, not able to fix their own in-house problem, and it had becoming escalating after the enforced AGM that was held before this executive coming in Kenema. Now this problem has to start significantly. As a responsible bar, I would expect say them for able to lay this issue to rest. But the issue become really serious. A date was set for the AGM. It was postponed. And now, a candidate don't they cry foul for long. And according to Ian Fowl, way the cry, they are legitimate. Because, and not just the cry foul without stating the reasons why they cry foul, but it states reasons, and one of which is about the process where the executive not duly followed. I come across a video when the secretary, the time when he reached our office was around 11 a.m. Now the tell go make video, and then our office now 11 o'clock, nobody not come for can do in payments or something. For an existing office who starts at 8 or 9 o'clock, a lot of time in that way there. You go to 11 o'clock, and you also go and make video. It also asks question about the credibility of this standing executive. When I mean the standing executive, now then look at the affairs of the bar.
Okay.
In as much as they are still members of this executive that will be running for position. Among them is the public relation officer, who is Alfred Commander ESQ. Commander stated one time, say they don't get 90% readiness
for the
elections. The same commander was in 90% readiness, go back in a sister program and say they need for postpone the election. And state reason that I think there are not much valid reasons for postpone the elections. This is a bar session where highly divided for we get lawyer society. If there was a strong existing bar, an official lawyer society should have been created.
Oh.
Lawyer society created because people like Sengemara, ESQ, feel say process were not be followed, even question the outcome of the elections. Say there was no AGM that was conducted in Kenema. People like Warasei Kamal, they all. Well, I'm not saying.
So now the current executive for blame for all of this, or now the people who conduct the election?
We for blame the one that we conduct the election, but you cannot say you blame the one that we conduct the election if you also not include the one that will win the election.
But
because
if the one that will conduct the election say you don't win, you not get no any option, and you want for serve as executive member, you not go debunk such statements. Say
now, if
you don't win the election.
If you say the one that will conduct the election, the presiding officer for that election is the Anti-Corruption Commissioner.
Yeah.
He presided over the elections, and there were election irregularities with them point fingers on. So if you say the one that will conduct the election that announce a winner, if petition come up, not so against the one that will conduct the elections, rather than they challenge the one that will win the elections. And that's going to be the major problem in the bar session. I'll tell you for sure. Warasei Kamal and Augustine Sengemara ESQs, we been there in a fraction, they're also going for presidency. But why are they getting united force? They are united. Warasei Kamal be the one for presidency. Same to Augustine Sengemara. They all go for the same position for the president of the bar session. But these three people now, they're in a lawyer society.
Okay.
So this also will ask a question that if the one the way know how to interpret these laws can't put the house in order, it speaks volume. And this is the most divided bar I've seen over the years. Lawyers, they might not see in the same direction. They might get a different interpretation of the law. They might get in different political ambitions or different political fights. But for see a more divided bar session for extend for lawyers and as well go form lawyer society.
So do you think the bar up to this moment is still divided after we see the back and forth and controversies regarding then processes we are talking about earlier when one of the aspirants come out with a press statement and the association executive also come out counter the press statement we put out, all of those things only for make we see now, then come out and tell the public that then they hold the AGM election over the weekend without explaining or without the aspirant will be come out with concerns explaining if ever the concerns don't be addressed also.
These problems where one of these candidates raised are not too different from waiting the last two people as well.
Okay.
And these two people who have been rightly mentioned, in front of me, this is not a person again tell me, they face intimidation. They were stopped not to enter Bookfeast Hotel for conducting their AGM. They were stopped outside.
By the lawyer society?
Yes. By then, there was lawyer society not been formed. Now that they want to go form the lawyer society, at Bookfeast Hotel. So some of this problem that we are not carefully and respectfully treated after the elections. Marion, don't get me wrong, there is no 100% credible election in Africa or the world at large. Even to the United States with better system, with better technology, then still a cry foul on elections. So elections is small one no day.
Okay.
But they could correct the wrongs and start to make things right. And I would expect this executive, instead of just thinking about themselves don't get members who don't win various positions at the bar session. That not for them be them primary focus. You got that for unite the bar. They have all the chance for unite the bar, but because they don't be one forget who does not care who win the election, they don't announce as winner. They will just walk with tenure, don't conduct elections.
Okay.
Even conducting this AGM don't stall for a couple of months now. And now they don't come out say the elections they go on, but still there's a candidate who will raise a concern, and these were some of the concerns that was raised by Warasei Kamal and Augustine Sengemaga.
Yes, Ivan, what do you think about this whole issue?
I think for me, yes, we got to blame the bar association, the present executive. I mean, because winning that election in Kenema, and they no say there is already a divided bar, and we think for something like the Tuma Jabi-led executive for don't do, now for try for bring the bar together. I mean, we get commander the other day and ask, I mean, there was, if the engagement be there, yes, but there was not much engagement for see how they will bring the bar association and that of lawyer society together. I mean, so they make engagements, but was not enough. Well, whether at some points the entire, well, it left with them. But I mean, I was listening to somebody this morning, and not so no more don't say this what they are. Lawyer society, they have been saying they are here to stay. Lawyer society need to go. So it tells you that, I mean, it therefore be this situation therefore continue. I mean, whether it will solve sooner or later, but it's something that we definitely able to tell. But leading to the election, like how when I don't talk, a lot of concerns there. But Martina not come back and say, well, those concerns will be raised, they don't be addressed, so we are going to the election tomorrow with satisfied mindset, and we'll go and people go vote. But we don't see that. So you might as well, maybe one for us say, well, she's quiet because he feels satisfied, you know, want to talk about that day, or maybe he quiet because he feel like there's nothing to talk about waiting the executive wants for do, nine and do. So there are a lot of questions where you go once for asked, I mean, around that. But waiting experienced lawyers there. I mean, lawyers that we don't practice, we don't do at the bar for over 50 years. What are they doing for unite the bar? Because
the AG now a member of the bar, and the AG put out a statement, and the association executive say the AG not get any right for ask them such questions or for tell them waiting for do.
The AG statement, was it for unite the bar, for telling the bar?
How will you know?
Okay, but the statements were out. I mean,
yeah,
statement
but
be out.
You know, it quotes constitution and whatever, you know, act or so.
Yes, telling them how for when
about
the election,
yeah,
but not how for unite the bar. So that's my catch.
No, we are talking about the election, not about uniting the bar.
That's how they say, because leading to election now, there is like this fraction we na lawyer society and it's bar association, and we forget a one formidable force of bar association. We know they expect to get a lawyer society, which of course we know how lawyer society come about from set of lawyer we not feel satisfied about issue happen in Kenema.
That's an old age problem. We'll talk about the election.
So that's the point I'm saying. So if then concern they raise with a divided bar, so you go on for say, I mean, after or go leading to the election, I mean the election just therefore deal with this executive.
So you see another division of the bar.
Well, it's going to continue. I mean, the same division, nothing only for change. I mean, it's the same thing.
If Martin are still dissatisfied?
Well, you know, come out and say, we say the points that we raise, I mean, don't be addressed so far. I mean, probably they talk about in the next 10, 15 minutes, we'll be there on air now, but we don't see why they come out and say, well, then situation there, I mean, if you talk about electronic voting system, she was dissatisfied. I mean, a whole lot of more. So, you know, come back and say, well, I think the executive don't work on this. I'm pleased, and they run for elections.
Okay, quickly, before we pick us, we take another story. Side statistics, London say housing, transport, and food. The cost of food, you know, commodity them, don't push the country inflation rate higher to 14.77% inside June, and then we you know, go up inside June from 12.69% inside May. And you know, they say this mark the country fourth consecutive month of double-digit inflation with price pressure where they rise across 8 out of 12 major consumer categories. And then say key drivers of the sector, highlight housing and utility, water, electricity, gas, other fuel category experienced sharpest acceleration with annual inflation where leap from 65.46% inside May to 81.33% inside June. And they say transport costs, keep rising. As they say, transport inflation rise from 40 to 23%, up from 37.40%, and several other sides, including food. They say non-food inflation remain the primary driver at 21.03%, up from 18.63%. And several other sides where they make mention of, according to statistics, Sierra Leone. But in all of these areas, the key aspect or areas where they say inflation rise drastically inside from May to June, and then say transport cost, housing, and the cost of food commodities. A quick one, Toby, just a few minutes on this.
I see what I've. Mario, you see, I think statistics alone, if I for comment, this is one of the best. This is one of the best statistics we don't pull out.
This is the reality on ground.
This is reality on ground. You see, what people feel for realize, do we just check the long transport? You pay transport per some man with a lonely.
Yeah.
Because you know why? From here, you get for Old School Junction. From here for Old School Junction at 15 leons. With 15 leons, the police from here can go lonely. The way you reach Old School Junction at the Waska, you pay back 12 leons now. For go Dongusa you day. So you don't spend like 27 leons for come on or 22 leons for come on your office for go. And when I go at the back of Old School. So these are the realities we expect from other agencies then for they do. And this is not just for June. Now we're into the gaining season and it add more. And every landlord or landlady, these are the terms that they capitalize. And not true. Are they pay 15,000 for a year? What's are they? 15,000 are they pay. 2 days back, perhaps I might be in problem for me, landlord they listen to the program. 2 days back, he said for pay 1 year 6 months. Works can we happen? Pan don't day I for buy pan and say 2,500 for 8 feet. You want to blame the landlord or the landlady, but these are the realities. And if you want for in a place, you don't want for the landlord gets problem, you just get for idea and pay the cost of everything. And the bike man them and keke man them, they don't get fixed price. Then get sent now past NPR is fully regulates, NPO regulates something about fuel. Then already now pass the one in day. Because when I see queues then at na filling station, keke man they tell me yesterday, say, imagine I'm a journalist, they tell me say, send them say they for fuel go 40 leons per liter. Just imagine the mindset with the keke man don't get now. So before they reach that price, they say for before you go reach that price, they
already make up.
They don't start for make up in mind for the take what in wants. And price control and something able for manage it at this country from time immemorial. People go say maybe Sheki in days because Sheki said we go on the ground, we talk price for himself. I know the realities. It don't tell us who president and go into that area. I want to see a president back into the same way, just like Sheki. Not send person again. Not send you cook or waiting. You self go to the ground and say, I want fish. When they charge you, you will not say people will suffer. And these are the realities, Marion. These are the 2 things that will kill people. Now this they make some kumbra we wake in the morning. If you picking do something self not good, that Usken's problem. That's time for them picking go school. They picking the pull up. And these are frustrations and depression within a home stem. Who they live within. I want for comment against statistics salon. Then do one for May, then do one for June. But imagine from 12.70 something, they go to 14.77. So it just tell you say we dey in a serious problem. The bread and butter issue, transportation issue, housing issue. I'd expect NASI through the government for go back to locals' houses time and build so many houses. Let people get host them for at least something encouraging. But as we do so right now, we're gonna bless with for billows. We'll continue to pay the high cost.
Ivan.
Quick advice to the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Madabio. Is a listing president.
Like your namesake.
Yes, yes. He's a listening president, but I think you need minimum wage. We suppose if it happen, well, not if it don't begin, it don't happen now, but from April 1, if it don't begin happen, 1,200. Let's say you dey pay us rent of, let's use Toby now as an example, 15,000 euros. Then Toby, then they pay a one time, you work for government 1,200. Then Toby 15,000 euros. Toby gets a wife, he gets a pikin. For save for 15,000 euros for the 1 whole month, you for save at least 1,000
for the year.
For the year, yes, 1,100
every month.
For meet up that 15,000 euros day for the year. You for save them
every month.
Every month you for save them, and away from that, the transportation it's another while. Now Toby now use as an example. Toby have to pay up to 40,000 euros for go now back and office and back home. You check that day for the month. Let's say 40 euros by 5. It's about 200,000 euros. You check them for the 1 whole month. It's about 800,000 euros. My God. We're not talk about school fee. We're not talk about feeding. We're not talk about I so be there for dress. We're just using him as an example. So it's a magic country, magic salon. So it pains me when you see government officials, then they brag about we're making improvements, things are fine in this country. I mean, almost people in this country where they boast say, then they pay them at least 5,000. I mean, for month or per month, you put on that way there. Almost people in this country. So you a salary to 1.2 and you're bragging, you're making a step. If Toby them they pay at 1.2, then imagine you need for save money, you need for pay transport, you need for pull chop money. How are we living in this country? So these are the things where the president need for. I mean, go to Canada market and see how things expensive. It's a shame that somebody, I think, I don't remember the person again say salon, we are not in the culture of eating three meals a day, Alpha Can, sorry. I mean, for you for making them kind, even let's say you want for eat 1 meal a day, so almost you therefore spend for each 1 day for day. So you say you will spend 10,000, 50,000 or on. So at times as politician, Law put yourself in the people in shoe. See how then they feel. Okay. You know, me we're not so president Mario. I'll tell you when I go, when I pass over first, I reach Lumley, I see people in the big in the streets, plenty of them, or go buy content. I feel bad. So how much than the president?
Now the beginning now.
Exactly.
Imagine them being sent pick at the age of 5, 6 for big. That is the mentality with the 9 age.
Like Lumley, you get some picking away, they even come all you on.
It is.
You know, these are things that happen in the country. We don't need to be emotional, but these are practical reality where they happen in the country. So, Mr. President, my advice, I mean, put it in the glass down. I mean, make you see. I know you're a listening president. You get passion for Salon. You want to see Salon be a better place, but not all the time for listening to those ministers. I mean, at times, Canada gone can't see exactly which thing they happen. Okay. And so we make Salon a better place.
Okay, with the pick calls now, we go first caller on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning, Marion, Precious George, concerned citizen people.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Marion, talking about this system and experts people say they are learning and don't understand. I beg to differ. Make it are no longer a fool. You read and tell you say they come on understand the table appearing at the party, the pick, who that they go represent them. While saying say first pass the post, now then they select who that they go represent them with them Kiat Pala and even dine and wine with. So you see, away from that, Marion, can you please borrow me a leaf of the first segment? Ananta, I know what you are. Let me repeat. I said Lunge, because of the topography and touristical location now. Look here for local villages and look houses. And 10 years, just like how they can give up this Cuba. Say no fine for military. You know, military, but you know the access. The country go there fight you're able to launch Lunge because that's everything. Tell me for lose bonds for protect women. I just be concerned. Thank you. Plentiful.
Well, the PR system and first past the post concern citizen, you go tend for belief say a lot of people understand saying this or this, but going into the issues or into how the system they work or what's not. Yeah, some people know say the one members of parliament party they choose them or whatnot. But there are several key informations where the public not get, and I will tell you that a lot of people really ask questions not able for even explain about the two systems. Hello, you name also you call from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mina David, you call from Wilberforce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before now, they may not give chance for let people go into opinion poll, whereas civil society activists, common chiefs and the like, then come out with the kind of electoral system because they want to be represented. Let the party not go and give, person, we go for like, we get war, or we get a sick. Look like we corona come. In America, they use other formula for let them vote. So if these PR areas were in there, if you happen to say we get sick or sick can't take place, normally we use the PR, or if it won't take place.
Okay.
But if they look the PR, they watch and like say, if for me, that kind of thing to be. The PR, good this same way this way. Then so my brother told me, they talk about the NTH, we na 15,000. If you show the quality, the place gets for the 15,000, it's like you don't insinuate the landlord, let's have extra car.
No. That is not true.
No, let's show equality and let's make it be.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, but that is not true. Say Toby statement go make somebody increase. You don't see price of Osle. Sometimes Toby they pay lesser amounts for the kind of. When they pay exactly, and in the talk say other landlord they go increase price because of that. That's not just the price where Toby they pay. That price where Toby they pay other people they pay more than the price where Toby they pay for the kind of place where they.
Yes.
Exactly.
It is
for the
even
kind
lesser
of place
because at the
they,
back of that old school at the hill
yes.
station.
So hello, yes. You name outside the call from.
Nuna Paconte, the call from really top.
Go ahead, Paconte.
Yeah. The problem in this country, this is PR, which is the way we PR then they carry to this country. The two parties then they make the ruling party and the opposition say man but to man what. Then they will say this other party say between two PRC they're not able to succeed. The other one say na PRC then go able to succeed pan. And they will look say well then they put to pan. What thing they happen in this whole country? If me I come on a bond of one corner do big street, then they go appoint me for what president in a bond. I don't know who say I go able for concentrate pan corner do go or bond to say then don't go put to me.
Okay. Thank you. 079994993. May we pick like 3 more calls and wrap up. Hello, your name also the call from.
Good morning, Marion Pesos George.
Okay, good morning.
Now, Paconte, they call from Upgon.
Go ahead, Paconte.
You see this PR system, what it suits for the politician, and then they do. What's it in a power? What he want to do, now they do. But with the people, them, we don't understand nothing. So man don't know what's in a PR system. PR system, when you vote, anything happen with you honorable, what Father forgive if he die, the next person where they go to now the whole second. Now in then they put the they know they make by election again. But could they not understand what's in a PR system? And with people they apply, they don't know nothing. What's in the happen for this PR system? Thank you very much.
Thank you. 2 more calls, 079994993. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello, your name outside the call from. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Your name outside the call from.
My name is Amanda, I come from London.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to small inside in the pricing system, especially when it comes to transportation. Like for instance, New York don't do like a shadow, right? Clearly it's not the only factor where it can lead to the price of this thing. But people then generally they can just watch them as if they're the only thing. Let's say for example, Shalima, the first one in 2021. Now the taxi loans from 2021, the second Kekewa pool now 2023, from taxi loans to 78,000. What show that gap there in space of 2 years and the incremental don't take place? How long it goes sit down? That is not just the holistic and not going in the area of the park or whatever.
Okay.
How long it goes sit down? Say work people that kind of money this. You know? Now the transport this and the clerk can say it's very unfair. The one thing what they said to create where all other things then go off, so they take into account of all the other things and where this for later to pay come into this.
Thank you. More people are more call and wrap up the show. 079-994-993. Hello, you name outside the call from.
Hello.
You name outside the call from.
Yeah, Lawrence from IMAT.
Yeah, Lawrence.
IMAT, I tell you, thank you. Really, I really feel say APC they really miss some amount of disingenuous issues now this PR system or constitution issue. I really want where we not get them, we not really ask an MP or APC executive how the MP they manage the name manage reach by the list because that them constituency delegates them now then they use for make them vote for the post where they want. As MP in a particular area, this is district. The change from constituency to cluster. So each cluster get an executive will vote for an individual for a particular area. You understand? So that name there, now they can go na ECSL even before elections. So after elections, the one they fortunate for win, now they don't become MPs, you understand? So after elections, they just take people that go video. And the campaign in the district as PR MP members, you understand? Why now this type of situation? Even during the power the time, they don't agree to PR, you understand? Why? You go constitution now with the vote, the members now with the vote. You go constitution now with the vote. So what are the fear? It's just like where they sit what. You teach where they teach you. If you don't prepare you well, whether not Nigeria man draw questions so you they sit in your path.
Thank you so much.
Draw questions, they sit in your path. So what are the
Thank you. We not go pick any more calls. We wrap up now. I will start with Toby as a way of wrapping up.
Thank you very much. We want for appreciate to callers and also to listeners them with paying attention to issues them we discuss. And we as well go pay all of the attention on all of the issues them we don't talk on this morning. And I definitely go on for wrap up with something I just come across, and it sends us a lot of message. It says no matter how go Smith sweet, they're not go sell at 7 o'clock in the morning. Because now the time the way they sell cookery. Mena Mohammed Tobika will say goodbye.
Yes, Ivan.
It's quick start. 1996, I think it was a PI. The SLPP win that election day. 2002 was PI. SLPP won that election. 2007, 2012, 2018, and first past the post. 2007, 12 was APC. 2018 was SLPP. 2023. PR SLPP 2028 will still debate whether it's going to be PR or the first past the post. I mean, Salon people and will pay attention to important things. Let's make use of our social media space. I mean, with all this, if we're talking about issues, use social media wisely. I think we will probably get a better nation. Like make better use of social media. I mean, Ivan Julius Lee, have yourself a wonderful and a beautiful Reggae Thursday.
Thank you so much, Ivan Julius Lee and Mohamed Toby Kagbo. Thanks to everybody again. We make the show possible. DJ Allen, give me technical support at the studio. Abubakar Bendu and Soisi say make us live on Facebook and YouTube. The producers of the show now Fatima and Reginald Brian Ojukutu Soya, executive producer Teresa Thomas. Until tomorrow, we will go join you now for the final edition of the Epic Morning Show for the week. Marion, Precious, George, they say, do have a beautiful day and tata.